Guys, just speak. I forgot. Oh, good. I can hear all of you. Good.
I'm like refreshing, trying to see when it's coming up.
Yeah, it's there should be like a 30-second latency.
Whoa.
Here it is. Testing.
Yep, I see.
Yeah, we're
This
all
podcast
talking.
live?
Yeah, it's pretty much live. We're pretty much going at it now.
Okay, cool.
And there's people already showing up. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Oh, nice. Okay, there's a bunch. So Leandra the Australian, hello, and Stra Rally. Oh, another one. OJ Die. Hi to everyone. Great. And there's people already showing up. Nice. Oh, nice. I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Scully.
I'll slap you.
Scully. Well.
Yeah, I was just making sure it was working.
This is a never-ending. This is a never-ending.
Do you even use your official Instagram?
Me? It's something that I want to do in the future. It's just a matter of having time.
Trip. Raise my volume. And raise Alibaba's volume.
Really? I could hear you guys really well, but all right. Let's see.
Yeah, when I played it, you guys sound fine. But let's see.
Okay. I mean, oh, you know what? I think my problem's over here. All right, so let's fix that up. Okay, can you guys try speaking again?
Whoa.
Okay, it should be louder for you guys as well now. So while everyone's here waiting for us to get these technical difficulties sorted, hopefully,
just like put me down like 5.
Rurouni Kenshin still going on? Didn't the author get arrested?
No, Rurouni Kenshin has
detained, I'm pretty sure.
Rurouni Kenshin
But
has
no,
a
it's
secondary series coming out, right?
When it's done by another mangaka?
Welcome everybody. Trip already said that. Welcome to the podcast, the regular recurring podcast that happens every few months. Today we'll be discussing next manga can kill One Piece, and pretty much, I sound like a dumbass. Yeah.
One second, TC. I'm just checking to make sure everyone can hear you.
Which one? With disgust.
Star Ali. Okay, cool. Thanks for telling me Star Ali. I now know how to pronounce that. Anyway, yeah, as TGC said, we're going to talk about what can kill One Piece. And people can hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
it's awesome. Yeah, this is.
So let's do the proper introductions. TGC, you could go first.
I'm Glasses Coon. I also known as Regent TGC. I do stuff, man. Yeah.
I'm Skelly, also known as Skelly or sometimes Skelly. Yeah, no, that's all there is to me.
I'm Prower-tastic, otherwise known as the world's greatest detective and the Dark Knight.
And yeah, go for it, Ali.
And I like anime.
Okay,
that
so
is all.
Suffice to say, these guys are wonderful guys. They need to get a little bit more animated, I think, but they'll be fine.
I think I did well with with introducing myself.
I did. Love
so what are you, like Detective Conan? Yeah, Detective Conan.
Okay. Yeah, you think you're funny. You think you're funny.
Are you? Wait, okay. No. So you're saying you're not Detective Conan, the greatest detective of all time, huh?
The world's greatest detective. That's Batman.
No,
Although
it's Detective Conan.
I think Detective Conan could maybe give One Piece a run for its money. Maybe.
Yeah, like
I don't
15
think
years
so.
ago.
It's an oldie, right? Like it's got
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
I mean,
got
but it's
good
like
odds.
such a mega franchise that I doubt. Like it has different appeal than One Piece. Like Detective Conan's like appeals more to the kids and to like really older fans of the '80s manga.
Well, that's a thing.
They're hitting
right?
different
Like,
demographics.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
But
that's
targeting
like,
kids
that's like
is
saying
always a good
Doraemon
way.
is going to replace.
like since they're hitting different demographics, there's no real chance of Detective Conan eating up One Piece's audience. There's an overlap, but it's not going to take away audience from One Piece.
Agreed.
Also, Detective Conan has just like out of its like 800 chapter run, it's finally come back to its original. About 5% is like the actual storyline about the guy getting back into his, adult body or whatever.
Wait, really?
Finding the people that put him in. Yeah. And he's been through like 5 Christmases since his inception, so.
Well, no, you see, I'm assuming all those Christmases happened on the same day.
Oh, guys, before we get deeper into this, Brian S. had asked us a question. Before you guys talk about the topic of One Piece, what is everyone's favorite anime? I think that's a good starter. Let them get to know you guys.
Okay, well, I will start. My favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter. 2011, to be specific.
Is anyone going to start?
Oh, Prower went for it.
I didn't hear your audio.
Oh, sometimes Prower disconnects, so if you can't hear him, just go out and come back in real quick.
Right, cool.
I
I'll be
would
back.
say my favorite anime would be Cardcaptor Sakura.
Wait, what did
okay.
Prower say?
He said
Hunter x Hunter 2011.
Hunter 2011.
Oh, okay,
Jinx.
cool.
Yeah.
You owe me so Scott.
Okay.
And Skelly just said Cardcaptor Sakura.
My
what
favorite
are we-
anime is Violet to Evergarden, and it's cute and it's very sweet.
Okay, Violet Evergarden. Alright, that's cool. Ali, did you say yours? Oh no, it's probably Fooly Cooley.
Yeah, Fully Cooley Alternative is probably my favorite anime now, even though it's only had 1 episode come out. But it's just so amazing because it combines everything I like. It combines slice of life. It combines Fully Cooley, and it combines shonen.
Okay.
I think my favorite
Oh,
might
wait.
be
I was just gonna say my favorite, like right now coming out, is Chio School Road. That's hilarious. It's the best comedy that came out this season.
Wait, GS what?
Comedy. Chio School Road.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have that as any I don't have that among nominees for best comedy, so that's
So, Trip, what is your favorite?
Man, I think it's
What's your
One Piece. I think I have a lot of emotional attachment to One Piece, but otherwise, I think Iron-Blooded Orphans Gundam. That was really good. I really like that one.
I thought you were gonna say Boku no Pico.
Ah, no.
Oof.
No. You know,
I was about to
top
ask.
5.
I was about
Wait, actually,
to ask.
can I change mine? Can I change mine?
Mhm.
Of all time is probably Hanasako Iraha. It's done by the same writer as Iron Blooded Orphans, and it's like a slice of life, and it's really good.
Yeah, and no one mentioned Korean House too. It's an amazing series. But
Okay, we gotta leave Corey in the past, man. Like, you're never gonna get a masterpiece like that ever again. Just let it go.
Can we talk about the invasion of the White House by the
Okay,
Reptilians?
alright.
That was
So, what do you think the big 3 is in Shonen Jump right now? Because I don't want to talk about Cory in the House, because then we're going to go into like a 3-hour talk just about Cory in the House.
Fair. I'll just go in really quick before we get into it. Brian S. said best comedy anime goes to Gintama, and I think that's fair. Anyway,
yeah, that's very argued. I try and put it in my best shonen nominees instead of comedy, so that other comedy shows could have a chance.
oof.
Alright.
Flower, I hope you know this, but like no one knows about your list other than us, right?
I know, I understand that.
Like
but I'm
whenever you like
Alright.
reference it, everybody's just gonna be extremely confused.
I'm extremely confused, and I know about the list.
Not a problem. Anyway,
So,
you
what does
said-
everyone think their big three of Shonen Jump right now is?
Okay, the big three for me right now is One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Shokugeki no Soma. I don't know if anyone's gonna figure out the pattern there.
Like these are the only ones that I've read in like the past ever.
Well, my big three, if we don't count One Piece, would be Boku no Hero Academia, Dr. Stone, and Promise Neverland.
Dr. Stone looks good for the eye candy. But I should probably read it for the story.
Skelly, what are your big three here? Oh, and for the record, for those that don't understand, the big three was a concept that came up years ago with Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Those were the big three popular anime and manga, I think, for the West, and so that term stuck all the way throughout till now. Is that correct, Skelly?
Alright, so I'd say the big three right now, given sales and popularity in Shonen Jump itself, I'd say One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Boku no Hero. The two people who haven't answered the question are muted.
Yeah,
What is
both
this?
Muted.
Okay, I would say that the
Question?
big three currently in My Hero, in Shonen Jump, I would go through the TLC rankings and just say One Piece, Dr. Stone, and Promise Neverland. Like right now, those are what's hot. But as a projection for like the next 5 years, probably One Piece. I'm gonna go Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia.
We're losing him a little bit, but I hope you guys can just bear with us.
Oof oof. Am I not hearable?
Nah, you just cut out sometimes.
I know that feeling.
So did I get my phone across? That's like
One Piece, My Hero Academia, and what was the third one?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, right? That one.
What about you, Ellie? What's your big three right now?
Like personally, I think it's gonna be One Piece, My Hero Academia, Promised Neverland. But for like analyzing how trends are, it's probably gonna be One Piece, Black Clover, and My Hero Academia.
Black Clover, really? Because it's been on a downslide for quite a while now, actually.
Yeah, I don't see it ever getting back past fifth.
There's a lack
Yeah.
of like really shitty shonen. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people are gonna thirst for it again a while. Like, it's gonna dip down, but I feel like it's gonna come back up.
I don't think
basically
anybody's in
it's-
high demand of shitty Jonin, dude.
Yeah, it's not going to be. We're not going to have a Bleach among these big three, okay?
We might
Like,
seeing how
and I get what you're saying, but like, it doesn't play on any classic like trope or cliche or have any like appeal that makes it, appealing towards people who'd want shitty shonen.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Rihanna plays Black Clover can do that.
Rihanna said that Black Clover made her deaf, or him deaf, or they deaf. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's good on them to listen in even though they're deaf. No, it's really nice of them.
yeah, that's really
Probably
cool.
using subtitles, just as the
Yes.
they think.
The subtitles are definitely being generated.
Real time.
Yes. Because
We've actually
YouTube-
got 3 transcriptors working on it right now.
Yeah, YouTube's like, oh, he's coming out with another podcast, guys. We need to translate what those weebs
But
are
honestly,
saying.
I think Boku no Hero might be overtaken in my big three by Kimetsu no Yaiba, because it's getting sales almost as good as Boku no Hero without having an anime.
Really?
Okay. And there's some people
what's it
that
called?
there's some people that might not know about Jujutsu Kaisen and Yaiba. Can someone explain those two series? Just like a quick blurb about them.
Alright, so Jujutsu Kaisen, a guy is super fit, so all the athletics teams want him in high school. He joins the occult club because they will die if they don't get more students. And then one day, someone brings an actual cursed item into the occult club that starts summoning demons. To protect everyone else in the occult club, our hero bravely decides to eat the cursed item.
And then he becomes a demon, and he joins the demon underworld. The amazing story of Kimetsu Yoba is about a slowly demon churning dude who's trying to protect him and his sister in a post-apocalyptic world. And he goes through a lot of tough times.
That's not it at all.
That is totally it. What are you talking about? I cannot be wrong.
Oh.
Sure, whatever. We'll go with your thing.
Alright.
Why would you say that?
I'm not wrong.
But you are. He's not turning into a demon. It's not post-apocalyptic.
It is legit. Whatever. He's protecting his sister. Same thing. I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
That's like saying that Girls Last Tour is the same thing as like Yuri Camp.
Girls Last Tour was so good. I have the manga for it. It's amazing.
We're not getting sidetracked with that.
Okay,
But
cool.
okay, I'm pretty sure that's everyone's top 3, pretty much. Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the top 3. But so right now, I think we can come to the consensus that at the moment, the best manga, or like the top rising manga, are Dr. Stone, The Promised Neverland, Jujutsu no Kaisen, and Kimetsu no Yaiba, right?
I don't know. Dr. Stone's sales have never been really good. It's been really popular in the rankings.
But it's consistently been in the top 3 through like the past 2 years
Yeah.
Whoa.
within the TOC.
Yeah, within the table of contents, Dr. Stone has been solid.
Okay. Just fixing audio.
I think Hunter x Hunter needs a special mention, because if it had a consistent schedule instead of once every few months or 3 chapters a month and then 2 years of nothing, I think easily could take over One Piece. Well, not easily, but could.
I agree with that.
I kind
Yeah,
of
I
agree
agree.
too. It could have been more competitive with it. But I guess since Skelly's talking about someone taking over One Piece, yeah, so would you say that these new up-and-coming series are the ones that would take One Piece's throne, kinda?
I'm not sure if these series are doing well because they're new and exciting, or if they're actually good. Because, what is it? Kaisen has only got 1 volume, and its sales have been fantastic for that 1 volume, but we don't know if it's because it's the first volume of a new manga, or it's actually popular.
Well, you said Kaizen was one that kind of revolves around demons, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Both Kaizen and Kimetsu both revolve around demons, and that's a pretty popular thing in Japan.
yeah. I'm just trying to think about it in terms of series that came before. Like I remember there were a few series that came after the Attack on Titan hype wagon happened, and a few of them were about demons. Like I think Iron Knight or something like that was something along those lines. There was also
Goblin Slayer.
Which one?
Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer? No, I don't. Was it that one? It was a little kid.
I think it might, because Goblin Slayer came out like around the time Attack on Titan got into its like 40th chapter.
For Shonen
a lot. Like I remember, it was like a whole controversy.
Huh. I'm trying to look through the list to see if I can find a name. So it might be that one, but I don't remember well. Otherwise, I know there was a manga called Demon Plan that was about demons and fighting demons and shit, and demons planning stuff, I guess. And that didn't do really well. That got destroyed pretty quickly. So there might be some degree of quality within the new series that are doing really well in Shonen Jump right now.
Such like a universal topic, though, like killing demons. I've seen that in like so many manga and anime. I feel like that's something that's never going to die.
Yeah, I mean, demons end up being there's very rarely any issue with killing demons, right? Like it's a very easy go-to kind of villain to have.
It's cut and dry. They're demons. Why are you going to let them live?
Yeah.
Like you don't have the morality of killing someone, like killing a demon, just even if it's intelligent, because you just assume it's evil.
Well, you don't need to assume because it's a demon. If it wasn't evil, it wouldn't be a demon.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be called that unless they were evil.
But that's why you get this whole the Demon King is actually a good guy thing, because it plays in on expectations. It's a Demon King, so the assumption is they're evil.
But you also see like what is that trope called where it's like you're actually the enemy, or like, you know, like there'll be a character in the group of main characters who's like actually half demon but hides it.
Like a wolf in sheep's clothing? I'm not really sure what it
like
might
something
be.
like that. Like it's such a trope because you'll see a character who's actually like half of whatever they're fighting, and then it's a whole big reveal. But then they accept the character for who they are. You know?
Yeah, that's usually a thing. Yeah.
Well, like the idea of it is to try and show that, hey, despite what this person was born as, hey, they're not that bad. You know, that's kind of the idea that they're trying to play with when they're using that one.
Yeah.
Which is cool because that idea has more to do with our world than it does theirs. But at the same time, there's, you know, I think it's fine to have a totally evil kind of concept or entity running around.
Like, it makes things easy for people. Demons are evil.
Yeah, it does make things easy. Okay, reading through comments, Neil is saying, One Piece has cemented itself as a cultural zeitgeist and a merchandising monster, mentioning merchandise, and Brian S. is asking about if we're ready for anime of fall 2018. Okay, that one's a bit of an aside. I think we are ready for anime 2018, more or less.
I mean, if you're ready or not, it's still coming.
Yeah, it's happening. Otherwise, yeah, One Piece is a merchandising monster.
I mean, the season's already started, though.
With what?
Well, when it comes down to it, you can't dethrone One Piece purely because it's got too much momentum behind it.
Yeah, it's got generations of fans. Oh, we're losing a lot of people here. But yeah, One Piece... Someone had a really good comment here about what was going on with One Piece and Hunter x Hunter. I think it was Neil. Neil was saying, because Hunter x Hunter honestly triumphs One Piece in terms of a power system, I'd argue a more consistent world. And then he'd argue that One Piece has creativity on its side. And I do think that creativity goes a long way with getting people interested in the story.
Right.
So
especially with target audience
are better, even if I'm not a big fan of Gon. Yep. Those are some good points.
Right, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, again, this is the guy that said his favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter 2011. So I might be a bit biased. And I don't even want to try to guess how long One Piece will last from this point on. For all I know, it could last for another 20 years.
No, it's like
No,
it's at 75% or something, or 70%. Like the recent.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to go through for like maybe 5 or 6 more arcs. I don't know how long those arcs will take, but I'm expecting 5 or 6. I think Wano might end up being 200 chapters, though. I think it's going to be a long one. We're going to be stuck there for a while.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So where are we through right now? Like 20 years?
Oh yeah, we are at 20
Yeah,
years
we'll
of
be
One
old
Piece.
grandpas and they'll be like, I remember when One
I feel-
Piece.
I feel bad for Oda, man. The guy has twins, or he had twins years ago. I guess his children are pretty much going into middle school or high school now.
These
Really?
kids are watching Boku no Hero.
Yeah.
More
Wow.
like, Dad, that series is way better than your series.
Oh, that should
Yeah,
suck.
I suppose that's what Boku no Hero has, is that it's got a lot of kid appeal because the cast is younger.
And
It
it's just
fits
very
the school
entertaining.
thing, so...
Man, one thing that always concerns me about One Piece is that I don't know how the fans in Japan are jumping into One Piece. I don't know where their starting point is. I don't know how they're figuring out how to get into it, because for One Piece to still be popular within the Shonen Jump demographic, it means little kids are just jumping in there.
It's like, oh, this is popular and it's always been popular. Let's keep reading it. You know,
Well,
it's
I
on
can
the
see-
front. It's like it's the first. It's the most marketed. You also have to think like One Piece is because of its length, and this is why I think that the Boku no Hero isn't being marketed at this point of its like middle factor. It's it's due for another 200 chapters, so they have a reason to keep marketing it as like the most important, as like the front face of the manga, like that manga industry. Like that's why Shonen Jump will keep pushing it. Well, series that aren't gonna get past 500 chapters, they're not gonna like. They know that they have a viewer base or an audience. Why would they keep pushing it, especially if there's only 200 chapters left?
I think Shonen Jump works the same way American comics used to, and you can jump in anytime. That's how it works, I think. Like, culturally, I suppose it might be different. Because
Yeah.
with comics, they'll always have an introduction, what's been happening recently or whatever. Maybe in Japan, that's just how they treat it. Like, you can jump in whenever.
Yeah, and also
they
I
always have
believe
these at the beginning
that,
of the volumes, like character introduction.
Yeah,
and there's also the fact that like One Piece is so popular, it can be a family affair. Like and parents could introduce the kids to the series and whatnot, and it's same as like friends and siblings.
and Weekly Shonen Jump is it's a weekly manga, unlike American comics where it was you got an issue released for like every month. This is more of a hey, this is a weekly thing, and also it's just a big part of their culture. It's a big part of their pop culture. Unlike for us, where it was just nerds reading comic books back in the day, and no one reads comic books anymore.
Yeah, if they do get into comic books, they just buy it digitally.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of people are just reading webtoons or like independent comics.
well, that's that's us on this side. I'm not sure how it's going for the people in Japan. Just very quickly before we continue, I just want to add. Neil mentioned that the specials are what are helping the younger audiences, and that's true. The One Piece anime does have a lot of catch-up specials, and they constantly redo them. It's actually pretty interesting. But yes, as you were saying,
Like recap it. Recap episodes.
yeah, or recap specials. Like a whole episode of Sanji was maybe like an hour long, and it's just covering the story of how Sanji joined the crew. So they would do those kind of specials for people to just see what's going on.
That's pretty cool. That's kind of like how whenever there's a new season of the anime, they'll just like make compilation films of like the first season.
Yeah,
Like they did that for Attack on Titan.
I don't know if I really like the compilation film idea. You know, it's just they're squeezing more money out of things they made before. Maybe they have a couple of new tweaks to the animation.
There's never a new scene in compilation films. Never.
There's never?
I mean, for the Madoka Magica compilation films, they redid all the voice lines in Japanese and did the new animations.
Oh, my mistake.
11 episodes, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, One Piece has a huge recap stuff, which really helps, honestly, for people to jump in.
Yeah, you know, like they have the entire beginning of the anime, like 4 minute. Hey, here's the world, and also this is what's been going on in the current arc. And then, you know, at the end it's like 8 minutes, including the opening.
I suppose thinking about it, it's not as difficult to jump in as you'd assume, because you don't need to go in depth with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the opening does not say, hey, gotta go, uh-oh, people could jump in.
I think I would jump in if an opening went like that.
Yes, that's a very
old
opening. But I do think that's a big thing. The simplicity of One Piece definitely helps for people to jump on in general.
I mean, it's also like super universal. Like, I haven't even read most. I started reading One Piece, but it's like it just doesn't like it appeals to everything, you know. Like, you don't even have to like pirates to like One Piece.
Yeah, it's about adventurers.
It feels like more like a fantasy series,
and it's like a comedy.
It's about the journey.
And that's
it's a comedy action manga that has like a huge cast of characters. So you can basically like anybody on the like the Straw Hats can be your favorite character, and that's what draws you in.
And it's also like the character designs, like it's like so unique. Like they can go super serious, but they can also look super deformed.
And I like that a lot for the way Oda did things, because having those really deformed character designs helps make some characters just stick in your head a little bit more.
Like you remember them.
Also,
like,
he's a naturally just above average artist, or just, you know, a good artist. So he's very consistent in designs. Unlike, you know, if you asked someone who's bad to do this, then it would never look good.
Yeah, like it's his own personal work, you know.
Yeah, like even Horikoshi, who's terrific with art, he can't get Denki right ever. He changes Denki's hair every single time, mainly because he just can't get it consistently.
I don't think like
people's
hair is
just fine. You know, I feel like One Piece is a lot easier to get into, like say the other two like really big cult series like Gintama or JoJo. Like out of those three, I feel like One Piece is like the easiest to get into.
Well, I could make the argument that every single part of JoJo that are a lot different than the ones before, and they all are in some way their own unique stories. So
yeah, but
I feel like
Gintama. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like Gintama would be the easiest to get into as long as you get in at the start of an arc, because all other arcs add really is just a new character to cast.
Yeah, I think you could.
Gintama is mostly a comedy series.
Yeah,
but what you also have to think about is like they're just not as popular. You know, they might be in the top 10 TOC, but they just don't. I just think like, you know, the pushing of One Piece constantly through both Toei and Shonen Jump are just that's what keeps it as number one.
that's probably a good point. Yeah, because it's being pushed so often, because it's in everyone's faces, there would be more of people wanting to check it out. I do agree with that idea. Although One Piece got there by its own merits too. It's just hard to distinguish how much of the external marketing is affecting the internal readership.
Right, that is true.
I say the best example of being pushed without having the fan base behind it is actually just Dr. Stone right now.
Might be just because like one of the people in charge, like the producers, like just really loves that series.
Yeah. Someone behind obviously really loves Dr. Stone because it's selling worse than quite a few other series. that started around the same time.
But it's critically been doing really well.
You know,
terms of what
critically great,
people
but
think
its
about
sales haven't been great.
Well, because
Hey,
Doctor
just,
Stone
like,
is a
really
kind
going
of
back to
hard
One Piece,
series.
Something that's weird that I've noticed with One Piece is like has One Piece had a lot of like spin-offs?
No,
Because I'll notice with like these really long-running like manga titles like Detective Conan or like Captain Harlock or something like that. They have like so many spin-offs of like alternate universes and stuff like that. But I feel like One Piece just stays in its own thing.
No, I don't think One Piece is ever going to spin off.
One Piece is the only way you get to see more of this world that it's set in.
Yeah, I think the only One Piece spin-offs
Yeah.
that existed were just comedy gag series, and those kind of died.
Yeah, and also like, and that's such a great point because everybody else, like for other series, you usually have to expand through spin-off stories and like stories of like the side characters. What Oda has done like really magically is like intertwine all of these things into his main. And I think even when it ends, you'll never be feeling like a longing for the extra thing because even though it's such a large world, you'll feel like it was explored thoroughly.
Yeah, I agree. Like one of the things that I really
Oh, you go first. Sorry.
Yeah, oh no worries. One of the things that I really enjoy with One Piece is that I never feel cheated out of not getting character interactions. Like the majority of the Straw Hat crew have this distinguishable relationships between themselves, right? Chopper and Zoro end up being a brotherly kind of bond. Sanji and Zoro end up being the ones that fight a lot all the time. Robin and Zoro end up having a really mutual kind of respect-based relationship.
Why does Zoro in like every single one of your
Oh
pairs?
no, because I'm going through listing all the ones I can remember, and Zoro just ends up having quite a few of them. Frankie and Usopp end up having respect as fellow builders and craftsmen. Nami and Robin end up having a sisterly type bond. Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper end up being the kids of the crew who just like having fun. And Brooke sometimes join in. It's like those characters all have their little quirks that only pop up when they're interacting with each other, and it's really cool to see that. And that's kind of like some of the things I wish I could see more often in My Hero Academia, where it's just the same people interacting over and over.
There's nothing
Wait, is Prower talking? 1 second.
you could do that, but I've already seen like a lot of interaction between the 5 characters who were in like the Straw Hats, which is actually something that is extremely smart by Oda. He started out with like a really small cast and then he grew it through like years and years of writing. Slowly by slowly, like he got more people to join into the Straw Hats, and he built a bigger crew and he built a bigger cast. And now it's like a cast of like 100 characters.
I really like the cast of the Straw Hats because their interaction with each other lets you see different parts of each character.
Agreed. Very much agreed on that.
Yeah. You see parts of, like Trip was saying earlier, like you see parts of Luffy when he's interacting with Sora and Sanji that you don't see when he's with Usopp or Chopper.
Yes.
And that's hard to do when you start off with like such a big cast like My Hero Academia did. By like this 21st chapter, you had already like 40 characters that were all going to be named. That was crazy. You know, that's like how are you going to get, like we're 200 chapters in and I just learned what Kuroiri does. Like I just
he wasn't really in the cast until just now.
Yeah,
he was the character that existed.
Yeah, Class 1B has been a joke. I like them getting any attention is just a nice surprise in general.
I always feel like it's done on purpose whenever it's with them because they have a few characters. Like, don't they have like one dude in the top 10? Doesn't Tetsu get into the top 10?
Yeah, he's
Tetsu
like third or fourth.
Ibara. What's it called? There were two others at least.
Oscar, you're
Yeah.
weak. You have to say the whole thing, man.
Yeah, Tetsu.
I want to
No, it
quickly
has to be
point out
fast. So.
a comment that someone made just about the Straw Hat thing again. Neil was saying post time skip, I feel like Oda isn't confident enough with all the Straw Hats being together, and I agree with that. One thing that we've been seeing in One Piece is he's been splitting up the Straw Hats a lot, which is unfortunate.
It's so hard writing that, like,
Yeah, it's
like
just
bringing that many characters together and writing scenes with them, man. And as a storytelling device, it's just so much easier and so much more productive to split them up into like groups of 3s and 4 and 2, so that you can like accomplish more of the story. B, you can have like more plots so that you can outstretch like a plan. And C, you can just get through like an arc by sending multiple people on multiple missions.
Yeah, it's just really interesting because I do think the problem that the My Hero Academia author had, like you said at the beginning, with having to deal with 20 characters all at once, like Oda's starting to hit that problem now, but only because he introduces so many characters in every arc. Every arc seems like it's going to be another war arc, and every time you have a war, you have to introduce all the players. It's unfortunate for the Straw Hats, but I think his solution of breaking them up and then giving them time later is a good enough solution for now. At the least, no characters getting cheated out of screen time like it happens in My Hero Academia.
Yeah, it's. I just thought he made like he started out with like a big world. I think his biggest problem was doing the 10-month time skip and skipping to the UA exam immediately and making that like a 2-chapter endeavor. That was the big problem, because through that, like you only met Ayama, and if he made that specific arc of like, if I was Horikoshi, I would have made the exam like a 10 to 15 chapter arc by it, where Izuku has to go through lots of trials, and he basically just meets all of his classmates by the end of it, except Yayorozu and Todoroki. And then that way he could have introduced the entire cast like a little bit more slowly, and instead of like now no one knows what Sero does, like no one knows like who Sero is and what his personality.
We know that he's the author's favorite, sort of, because he reminds him of Spider-Man. There's that.
His favorite's Mineta.
Yeah.
Well, no, he said that's the character he's most similar to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Oh, my memories are done.
Anyway, what's it called? Like, he wants to do something cool with Sero because he's Spider-Man to him. There's no difference.
Except, tape instead of webs.
Yeah. Well, no, about you do 15 chapters, I can understand why Horikoshi made it all really fast-paced, because his last manga crashed because it was too slow, apparently.
Yeah.
He was done terrible.
Yeah, considering the stress that he was under when My Hero Academia actually worked out, I say it worked for him. He didn't have the luxury to be able to take it slow.
And good for him. Like, I think like this arc, I thought this arc has been just so perfect so far.
Oh yeah, I'm so much
Because
happier now.
everybody is being focused on. I was just so happy. I've been so happy reading this arc. It's really nice.
It is. I'm really excited now.
I feel like post overhaul has been really good.
Post overhaul.
Yeah, overhaul was like his just, it overextended itself.
The exact opposite complaints that the early parts of the manga had. Instead of it's going too fast, it's going way too slow.
Yeah, that was a little bit too long. That should have been done in about like 10 less chapters.
Right, and if the anime is smart when it comes to its adaptation, it'll try to fit that all in about a half of the season coming up. Although I know that they're going to be introducing overhaul and a few different things by the end of this season.
I think the overhaul in the anime is probably going to do a lot better than the one in the manga. I think they're going to be able to streamline it a lot.
Skelly,
Right.
did it fall in the TOC during the overhaul arc, or did it rise?
Yeah.
It did fall, right?
Yeah, it fell in the TOC. It fell in sales.
For the record, when people are talking about the TOC during the conversation, they're talking about the table of contents in the Shonen Jump magazine, which gives us an idea of how popular a series is doing on any given week. Just for everyone in the
How
comments.
popular it's doing within Shonen Jump itself.
Yes. Thank you, Skelly.
It's not saying how good the sales are. It's just saying the people who are working at Shonen Jump think this is going to be a good one. We're going to put this higher up.
And this is based on reader review, so
Yeah, it's got
And
influence
also
from
just-
reader review.
it has influence from reader review, but it's like also editor choice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. But going back to One Piece,
X-Men versus...
or do you have something else to say, Prower?
I was just reading a question. Angel Mirion said X-Men versus Boku no Hero Academia.
Because, they're like the same, basically.
They have a lot of similarities, but I think when it comes to concepts, entirely they're far different. In which that, and the mutants and X-Men, they're outcasts who are trying to not only show the world that they're not monsters, but to help others and live meaningful lives.
Well, X-Men is pretty much what happened to the Hero Academia universe during the first couple of years of the quirk phenomena, right? Kind of like the struggle that they have. That would have been the struggle that the Hero Academia universe experienced. Although the X-Men get it for years. Maybe centuries.
Alright.
Boku no Hero is just adaptation of Sky High. Anyway,
It's more
I've heard
comparable-
all the Sky High comparisons.
What I argue is more compared to Sky High or Tiger and Bunny.
yeah, no, I'm totally with you there.
Tiger
yeah, I
Bunny
could
has
definitely
a
see
promotional
Tiger.
thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Tiger
definitely
and
see a
Bunny's
Tiger and
good.
Bunny comparison.
Anyway,
Yeah.
going back to One
Tiger and
Piece.
Bunny really gets like the rankings.
Going back to
like
One
the
Piece,
fandom.
I don't really think Hero Academia is gonna ever be a One Piece killer.
So we have to talk about like what you need to do in order to beat out.
One Piece?
Well, I think the most important thing would be timing. Like, it would be a lot easier for a series to kill One Piece when One Piece is getting close to its end.
Yeah.
Well, no, when it's getting close to its end, you're not killing it. You're just
Yeah, One Piece is
doing
stepping
nothing.
aside
It's
for you.
already ending.
Yeah, One Piece is
Yeah,
stepping
it's just
aside
ending.
for you.
Like,
Yeah, they're
the
just
thing
like-
is, to kill One Piece, you need to beat out a cultural phenomenon. You have to have some fantastic writing and art weekly. Like, we're
For
talking like
52 weeks.
War and Peace and Michelangelo working together. I don't know who wrote War and Peace. Alright? Okay, so like the writing of War and Peace and the art of Michelangelo together, the same time, in a time where One Piece is in a slump, to attempt to beat out a cultural phenomenon.
And so far,
But this cannot
manga-wise,
be.
the best shots...
This cannot be a.
Oh, sorry, go for it, TGC.
Oof. It's gonna be like a like a right place, right time kind of thing. You have to beat it out for like 52 weeks out of a year in order to like place, or like I guess 27, like 27 weeks out of 52 in order to claim like the number one spot for just 1 year, just a year. How hard that has to be.
Yeah, at this point, in my recent memory, the only time that I remember a series doing better than One Piece in terms of sales at any point in time was Attack on Titan. And that was at the very beginning of a few years ago. It just did better during one of the first halves of the year. And then after that, One Piece won the year anyway because it's One Piece.
The last
TGC, you're cutting out, so you're going to have to repeat whatever you're saying. 1 second, guys. Gotta come back in and connect to these guys. Okay, is everyone there still?
I'm still here. Were you saying that I had to repeat myself, or?
Nah, TGC. Can you try speaking TGC? Because I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything, dude.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you did. Anyway, yeah, Attack on Titan, closest one that's ever been to killing One Piece in terms of manga sales, from what I've seen.
And the last time that One Piece was killed was when Naruto was at its prime.
And that didn't even last that long. I know Attack on Titan was second in sales last year, and it's just been creeping closer and closer, but still hasn't been able to take down One Piece.
I just realized we're talking about killing One Piece, which is significantly different from beating One Piece. So here's the thing. To kill One Piece, you would have to kill Oda. Like, there's no two ways about this.
Oh,
you could be more popular, better art, whatever. You won't kill One Piece.
That's fair.
It'll still be alive. It'll be second place, but it'll be alive.
Yeah. Okay, beat
I think
One
we're
Piece.
talking about like a figurative sense.
No. I mean, cancel One Piece. Like, that's kill One Piece. That's the only way I see it.
Okay, we'll switch it to.
That's what killing is. Yeah, to beat One Piece.
You know, this might not be the smartest thing to say, but I think, in terms of a manga that maybe could have had a fight with One Piece, I think Fairy Tail, like early style Fairy Tail, maybe could have done it. And I have some reasons for why I think that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I think early Fairy Tail could have done it because right now with the Fairy Tail 100 Years quest, all of a sudden people are really just feeling Fairy Tail again, at least in the comments or reactions from the chapters. And I really think it's because Fairy Tail went around showing off these really cool sceneries, just really cool locations, just really cool ideas. And I think that's what One Piece does too, right? Like every island that you go to, it's its own unique little ecosystem and you can see some cool stuff happening on each island. I think people like that sense of adventure. So if Fairy Tail continued that sense of adventure, I think Fairy Tail could have had a fight with One Piece.
Yeah, but like, to be fair, everybody knew that if you're getting a Fairy Tail, it's just basically One Piece with magic.
Yeah.
That was what Fairy Tail was. It was trying to be a One Piece clone, and everybody knew that.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. 1 second, is Prower talking? 1 second. Going back. Okay. Prower, sorry, were you talking just now? Because I couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying that, yeah,
Oh, that's funny. Alright, I'll just give it a couple of seconds to come back. Okay, there you are, Prower. What were you saying?
Okay, I was just saying it was trying to be One Piece mixed in with My Little Pony with magic and friendship.
Okay, that's a pretty strong
statement. I feel like My Little Pony hit its premise of friendship and magic better than Fairy Tail did.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I think the hate on Fairy Tail's friendship mechanic is overblown. I think Fairy Tail had story reasons for why friendship worked.
Yeah, like I can't understand why people complain about it because it's happened since the start. Yeah. It's like it's a part of the world.
Yeah, man, when you have people contemplating that the origin of magic is love, it only makes sense that emotions play into it.
People complain about it because they don't like it. It's not that it doesn't make sense, they just don't like it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Which I understand completely. Like, if every fight can just be ended with, I'm gonna fight for my friends or whatever, and then they beat the bad guy no matter how much trouble they were having earlier.
Man, if the Fairy Tail logic was how our world worked, it would be a much nicer world. But maybe in some ways, I'm getting sad thinking about that. Anyway, one thing about the spin-offs was that Fairy Tail had a lot of spin-offs. So that told me that Fairy Tail was kind of successful as a manga property, right? Because it had its own magazine, the Fairy Tail magazine. It had Ice Trail. It had the Gajeel spin-off. It had the Fairy Tail Zero spin-off that kind of got really official. And it now has its sequel spin-off. Fairy Tail had a lot of spin-offs. It was a really successful property. Oh, it has the Wendy spin-off. There's so many spin-offs, guys. I'm not sure if you guys noticed.
We noticed. Fairy Tail's like, it was popular. That's why, that's why everybody called it bad, but it was still going on. Especially because, like One Piece, it had a lot of characters who were different, had different personalities that you could relate to in the cast.
I think Fairy Tail was a bit worse at making their characters really impressionate, though.
More than one note.
Yeah, because the thing with the Fairy Tail characters is that their flaws were always so serious, whereas the One Piece characters have serious flaws and then also just kind of goofy, lame flaws, Like the really embarrassing type flaws.
Like the, eat this fruit, now swimming's gonna be an issue.
Well, it's like if you...
Well, that's one...
Like character flaws.
Like if you take Erza from Fairy Tail, you wouldn't ever laugh at Erza because she has some serious problems and her only other funny flaw is that she's okay being in skimpy dresses, right? Whereas Nami in One Piece, her funny flaw is that she's greedy as all heck. Like that girl has a serious problem with greed, but that personality trait gets mixed in there with her other redeemable traits, but it's still a relatively ugly trait. Like that's a really ugly flaw to be really greedy as Nami is.
But it's like A, it's A weakness, and like B, also you can make a joke out of it.
Yeah,
like,
and that's...
when it comes to Erza, like does Erza, like you said she has a flaw, but I don't feel like she does. Because a human being, like where's her problem?
Her flaw was she had the flaw of I'm not sure if it's a flaw, but it's a weakness maybe, depending on how you characterize it. It was just she couldn't be without her armor because she had some serious issues with her childhood being a slave, right? The armor, being without armor made her feel really weak. That's not a flaw that you would laugh at. That's a flaw of a...
Okay, so that's that's not like a like a person flaw. It's more like, oh, I'm gonna write this character to have like a psychological, like a traumatic psychological background, and she has like attachment issues and connection issues, But those aren't like, like other than that, she's basically like the greatest, nicest human being of all time. She has no real character flaw that anybody can call out. She basically just has like a sad backstory, and by the end of that entire thing, she's over it.
Yeah, she's over it.
20. Like Nami's never gonna stop wanting money. That's like a part of who she is.
Yeah, but at the same time, Nami also still has she has a similarly traumatic backstory, and that backstory still goes through. But
but for her, she's like a pathological liar who feels like really bad about what she does, but she does it because A, she's trying to like save her village, and B, she's also like hella.
Agreed. I do agree with what you were saying there. The sense that I'm trying to just express is that the One Piece characters, it's like Oda's willing to make fun of his own characters. He's willing to point out these really dark things or these dark aspects of their personalities that came from dark circumstances and make a joke of it, and still kind of say that just because these people have suffered, maybe these character traits still aren't that great to see happening. Like, the greediness again, it's not that comfortable seeing Nami be so greedy all the time. There are some times where it's a bit too much. And then there's sometimes where it's it's a fun joke. I just don't see Hiro ever doing that with his characters, aside from maybe Natsu and Gray whenever they had their fight or whatever.
Oh no, like I'm definitely agreeing with you. I'm saying like with what Nami has, she's a better written character because she has a real human flaw that can be attached to her that you can understand as a person, right?
Oh, okay.
You know, she's like a little bit manipulative.
Yeah.
Like you've met people like this. You know, she's like a manipulative, greedy human, but you know, she also has like her reasons for doing it. At the beginning of the series, like for Urza, she's like a paragon.
Yeah.
You know, paragons don't exist IRL. And even if they did, like they would still have to make tough decisions. She doesn't. She has like a weakness and she has like a fear, but fears and weaknesses are like, you know,
Universal
those are
to
very
everyone.
basic. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think One Piece works so well because every character trait is pulled up to 11. Like, the world is our world, but more extreme in every way, I suppose. That's what makes it entertaining to see.
I would agree with that, yeah. One thing that I liked about having those extreme character quirks, or just, you know, the extremities of it, is just, it's easier to distinguish characters. Along with their physical character designs, like, I can still remember characters based on their gimmicks in One Piece. Like the one guy that really liked apologizing a lot. And the one guy that got really offended a lot, and the one guy that turned into a sweater and was worn by his brother. Like, see, man, I remember these guys, forgot their names, but I know what they were doing. There was also like the one maid.
Shows you, you know.
Yeah, there was like a one maid that had that starved and was the number 5 baby from her village. That one hit me hard when I realized the reason for her name. Everyone's really quiet.
Oof. But yeah, like, you know, when we're talking about Fairy Tail had the edge of being the One Piece clone.
Yeah.
Of being like an extremely similar One Piece, and you know, I guess the traits that Fairy Tail stole, or you know, I'm not gonna say, I don't think Hero is like a stealer.
You could say he
like,
adapted it. He saw some things that worked and he adapted it to his own thing.
And I don't even say that either. Like, I'll just be like, Hero and Hero would have written the same story regardless of whether or not One Piece exists. Like, I feel like the dude's just, you know, he made a story and it was good. It just happened to be very similar to One Piece, not up to the same quality.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But going on to just the things that Fairy Tail adapted, I do think that the sense of adventure is a big thing into what makes a lot of the series popular. Like going into Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter has very cool sceneries again, right? And like their whole thing right now is that they're going to a whole new continent of insanity. I think when it came to just exploring a world, I think the series that explore a world and show you different vistas all the time have an edge, kind of, because there's that kind of childlike wonder that gets kind of thrown in there when you're going around looking at these really awesome places.
Yeah, like when you're, it's when a manga decides to like explore people and new lands, and you know, it's, you're looking into someone else's imagination, and those are things that a lot of people like because they're interesting premises.
Anyway, I just find it, whenever I see people saying that Hunter x Hunter could take One Piece, you know, I just can't help but notice that similarity and that both of them are pretty hardcore adventure series. But then I think about Toriko from a couple of years ago, and Toriko is also kind of hardcore adventure. But I think people didn't like Muscle Man.
It was hardcore adventure Muscle Man with food. It was that was so awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, but I don't think the kids liked it as much. I don't think the aesthetic of Toriko was one that lent well to it, or lent well to being super popular.
I feel like the recency in more lanky, natural, like skinny looking characters, you know, people who aren't extremely massively built, has like, is more of like an aesthetic appeal towards A, girls. I think girls like those appeals more, and B, they're
Agreed.
just like more realistic.
Yeah, it might also be a thing of, since it's being aimed at kids, maybe kids just like seeing characters that look more like them, right? Because a kid's not going to get to be Toriko's size anytime in the future, but a kid could get to be Izuku's size or Luffy's size. I think there might be some self-identification thing that helps One Piece along. Although, that might have helped it along initially. It's way past that point now. It's just kind of steamrolling down a hill pretty much.
This is pretty funny. We began this by what can kill One Piece, and now we're basically praising One Piece.
Well, it's because...
That's because One Piece deserves the praise. It is legitimately a fantastic series.
The only thing that can... Well, yeah, it's just to beat One Piece, you really got to beat that cultural phenomena, like Scully said. And it's tough, because it's got a lot of elements going for it that make it just tough to beat.
I would say that it is tough to beat. I think, you'd have to have like the right amount of perfection to come in and try to take it off its throne. You'd have to have like the perfect perfect start off. Once you get to like the 100 chapter mark, you'd have to keep up the quality until like you're 300 in. It would be really hard, especially because these are all like very young series.
Yeah.
And for all of them, we don't know how long they're gonna last. When it was One Piece versus Naruto, like they were basically in position, like they were basically in position 1 and 2 for what, like a good 10-year stretch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those the editors knew that these were going to last 700 chapters. So like an insane chapter length, right?
And then Naruto did really well in the West, which definitely helped them along.
And it definitely helped it along, but like here, Promise Neverland probably only has like 200 chapters left max.
Yeah.
And that's not even that, 100 chapters left, right?
Yeah.
Horikoshi said that he's only been confirmed for 400 chapters. Like he doesn't know if he's going to go past 400, and Shonen has only given him 400 so far. And he could definitely go for a little bit more, but honestly, he said that he was only going to go for the high school thing, because when he talked about a sequel manga, they would be adults. So, as he's basically said that this is probably going to end in high school. Dr. Stone, I mean, it seems like it can't go for more than like another 3 or 4 years. I would say Black Clover maybe feels like it could keep going, but you never know. It could fall towards like the path of cancellation and obscurity.
Black Clover could probably win out if they start exploring the kingdoms that surround the main kingdom.
Black Clover could definitely improve. It just improve and broaden its horizon.
Yeah. It'd pretty much have
But
to do what One Piece does and explore.
Yeah, it just seems extremely unlikely.
Yeah, but you made a really good point there about the series having to keep up the momentum, and I think that's one thing that One Piece with its format won out from the very beginning. Since they're always going to new islands, there's always going to be that sense of doing the same cycle over and over. Like in One Piece, Luffy is always running. There's never going to be an arc where you find Luffy not running unless he's not featured in it at all. And it's just funny. It's always the cycle of we go to a new island, Luffy finds out what's happening, and then at some point he's got to run towards the enemy. And people accept that because you keep having, I guess, a different dressing to the scenario every time. And I find that funny. Like One Piece can keep its pattern up for years and it will be okay because the environment surrounding the pattern will always be different.
And also because they have like so many like earlier Neil brought up that he was it Neil? Yeah, it was Neil. Neil brought up that like Oda has been afraid to bring all the characters together. But it would be extremely repetitive if he kept up the Luffy storyline and he didn't have anything else. So if you have Zoro fighting other dudes on the side, and you have like Chopper doing his thing and like Robin doing something else, you know, everybody's like on different corners, and you switch like every 4 chapters between people, then you're gonna have, you know, a lot less of a monotonous cycle. You're gonna have like, oh, this is exciting. This is, you know, like we'll come back to this later. Like people they won't notice the pattern. It'll seem less there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, man. So
But yeah, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, when it comes to what can beat it, like, I don't think that One Piece has ever been the best manga in the world. I don't think like the writing was ever good enough to be the best, but I do think that it's definitely like has the reason that it's the most popular, and that, you know, people can. It's the most accessible, I would think. Like the themes and like the story that it exists in aren't difficult to come in and understand and to read, and they're definitely not like too edgy as to you don't want to like, and it's not too tropey. It's just right in the perfect middle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess at that point, One Piece just ended up embracing the fun of everything. 1 second, I'm just disconnecting for a second. Coming back in. Okay, there we go. Got it.
Good.
Anyway, yeah. The thing that I want more viewers and readers to understand about what makes a manga good too is, like, I agree with you. One Piece should not be on a technical level the best manga in the world, or like the best manga ever made. But there is a difference between saying the best manga in terms of how it's built and the best manga in terms of how it's communicated. I do think One Piece is communicated really well for the points that you pointed out below, or the points that you said earlier. But yeah, it's an issue of One Piece's concepts can be communicated easier and faster, and you can never really underestimate that level of understanding or the ability to be able to understand any kind of material.
And yeah, that's definitely right. I just, you know, I think that as, you know, as we've like been through the last couple of years, I think there's just been better manga. I think, you know, Hunter x Hunter might be a better manga. It might be like more complex, and if it was longer and it had been more consistent in its release, it maybe it could have been considered a better manga. I think that Berserk has, you know, maybe always been the best manga that's been out. Possibly. Because it's always just been very, very good, you know. You know, on top of that, you have like Kingdom. Kingdom is a sign, and like it's, you know, it's always, you know, it's stuck around its core concepts and its idea of like what it wants to be, and, you know, if it's your thing, then I'd understand why you'd like it. But when it comes to the series that just aimed off, Berserk is like a very edgy, you know, not you know, it's a difficult series to get into. It's not like One Piece. You know, Kingdom focuses on, yeah, it's an underdog story, and, you know, it's about this dude who starts out from nothing and becomes a great general. But what you also have to think is that the guy is, it's all about military organization and, you know, China. And like, if you're not interested in A, the history of China, or B, military strategy, then you probably aren't going to like it.
And unfortunately,
You know,
I'm not.
One
Which
Piece,
is, yeah. I feel bad. I feel bad. I understand it's a really good series. I'm not interested in it. But yeah, I wouldn't take away points for that. Oh, per hour. 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, as I did want to add that both Kingdom and Berserk, when it comes to their anime adaptations, like Kingdom did have a anime adaptation several years ago, but it did not do well in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
And
it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Berserk in 1997, its anime did decently, but it didn't last long, and then we all know that CGI nightmare that came out a few years ago.
Man,
I think that works as a fantastic comedy series. Mute it all, watch it, and laugh.
Man, Berserk just got shafted everywhere it went.
But if I mute it, I'll never be able to hear the clang.
You know, we should
Just dub it over
we should
yourself.
just dub
That's
it
what I
over.
do.
Yeah. This should be the abridged project we do. It should just be Berserk abridged.
Yes, yeah, that's definitely the bridge project we do.
Well,
2016.
at least the dub had Erica Mendez in it, and she's always fantastic. So there's that. You know.
Man, it sucked too. Like, that was a good part of Berserk. I really liked the cosmology of Berserk, and it really sucked that it was, you know, just kind of botched by
It got
the
bad.
graphics. It's had such cool ideas. Okay, that's my own my quick
Honestly,
rant.
Berserk will survive this. It'll keep going.
Yeah, dude, Kentaro
Yeah.
Miura will die, and he'll keep writing the series, and also playing, like Idol Masters for the rest of eternity.
Is that what he plays? Is it Idolmaster? Is that his thing?
Yeah, he plays Idol Masters.
Oh, great.
I respect him more as a human being now.
Man, yeah, you know, everyone's got their
So
hobbies.
yeah, next we can.
Idol Master is a masterpiece. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I think Guts should be in the next Idolmaster just for him.
I think that would be amazing.
Guts should be. He should be like the master of the idols, you know?
Yeah, if I was an idol and I saw Guts as my manager, man, I would. Yeah, I know I'm taken care of. I totally believe in that guy.
No, he's a member of the team. He's not the manager.
No, he's an idol.
a star.
I don't want to.
His favorite song to sing is called Griffith.
All right.
Griffith. And
But okay, guys, do we have anything else to add just very quickly about the One Piece situation? It's just pretty much we've come to the conclusion that Hunter x Hunter maybe could have done it. And maybe Adventure could have done it.
But it's missed its chance. What is it?
Yeah.
No, for something to beat out One Piece in popularity, it would need to be fantastically written, have amazing art, and keep that up for 5 years straight.
Yeah. And then maybe if
At
One Piece
least.
is in a lull, like when One Piece is doing 200 chapters in the same location, maybe then
Yeah.
it could have a little bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, One Piece
So-
needs to be doing badly. It needs to have fantastic art, amazing writing, and consistently at that level. While One
I
I
Piece
think the
is
big one for writing manga is
I
just like
think
that
that My Hero Academia can do it within the next 3 years.
maybe, but can it keep it up? Like its momentum?
I would argue that the overhaul arc prevents that from happening.
I would argue that the overhaul arc was a hiccup in the road.
I argue that the author's inexperience is going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's never had a
I think
long-running
that
series.
He's not tested enough, man. Like he's gonna have it's more likely he's gonna have trial and error issues, and he's gonna have more errors than he is gonna have successes.
I think he's already went through the trial and error part of his of this manga. I think he's gonna come out with a banger arc in the next 3 years, and it's gonna beat out One Piece for like a nice 26 weeks.
So when you say a banger arc, are you talking about like Khmer Ant level of when it comes to arcs? Or
I mean,
We're talking
Chimera
Chimera
Ant
Ant would look like garbage in comparison.
You know what would
Yeah,
be
like
really
Chimera
cool?
Ant isn't even like that good.
You know what I think
TBH.
would be a really good kind of banger arc for Hero Academia is if the villain side ends up with about 20 different villains, and then the hero side has Class 1A. And then we just see a confrontation. I don't know about you guys, but I would be totally into that. That would make.
I
my
think
day.
an arc focused entirely on the villains would be good.
Oh
Yeah, that's an arc and focus on the villains. Like maybe even learning more about Dabi and Toga, like those two.
Well, no, you see, the issue is with Dabi, to have an arc about him, it would have to be about the Todorokis.
Yeah, you're gonna give away
because we all know it. Everyone knows it. No one's fooling themselves anymore.
Yeah. I still want to deny it, but it's too intertwined.
You know, like the real twist would be if he isn't a Todoroki, then I'll actually respect.
No. This is the real twist. He's actually just a big Endeavor fan. He tried to use his fire to have that mask, and he burned himself. That's why he's got all those burns everywhere.
I want to believe that.
And now he's mad because he blames Endeavor for it.
I want to believe it so hard.
He's basically he's like the reverse Endeavor.
Or the reverse Hawks if he was
Oh,
the reverse Hawks. I actually like that comparison if that was the thing.
Yeah.
With Hawks' whole betraying the hero thing.
Yeah, guys, I want to just a quick question. Would you guys be okay with like answering questions from any of the viewers if we just open up question and answer?
No, man. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm a terrible human being who doesn't care about us.
Okay.
Before we get started, I like to know that during this entire talk, I was trying to find the voice cast for Promised Neverland, but I only could find 3 names when it comes to who's attached to different roles.
And they are
Shumir Morohoshi is going to be Emma. She's played roles like Nina Tucker in Full Metal Alchemist and Full Alchemist Brotherhood. Let's see, there's Hinama Furiguchi in Tokyo Ghoul, and Miko in Fairy Tail. But I'm more excited for Maria Issei, who's going to be the voice of Rei. Mainly because I've known her for being Rei in Made in Abyss, as well as Killua in Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, thanks.
Who's he playing?
Yeah, I just said who she played. I said she was going to be the voice of Rei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. No, that's not. Ray's supposed to. Damn it, whatever.
It's a child. It's a boy.
Cool.
It's a child, right? That's the standard tactic.
No, Ray's like 12.
Yes.
No, Ray's like 12.
Yeah, he's
12 is still a child.
He's prepubescent. Like they're gonna take a woman to voice him if he's prepubescent.
No, he's basically he's like in the middle of puberty. He's like actually no, it's puberty.
Look, man, they had an old woman voice Goku forever.
And Maya Uchida, who they list, it will be playing.
Oh no, I lost.
Am I the only one he cut out for?
Yeah, no, I lost him too.
No.
Okay, Prower.
Say that again.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, those are the 3 names I could find when it came to different. Otherwise, I couldn't find anyone else.
Yeah, I don't think they've announced too many.
I would also
yet.
find it very interesting if Horikoshi started like an adventure manga. It would be fun.
Yeah. So
yeah, it also this research.
QRW6, I agree, man. A Sasuke voice for Rei would be really fun because clearly Rei is an emo.
Again, said Marisa Issei will be.
We know, but these are comments from people.
These are comments.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry, I misheard you.
Are we going to be answering comments? Is that what we're doing?
I would love to.
Okay, commenters, feel free to ask us questions if you want. Okay.
Well, no, Angel Miriam. They were talking with in Gentle and La Brava. They really wanted La Brava for her hacking skills, but she would refuse to do anything if Gentle wasn't there. So I definitely think a Suicide Squad with Gentle and La Brava is a thing, but they'll probably just be police.
I don't think you have to like hold a gun to Gentle's head and be like, "Do this, do that."
It's his chance to be a hero.
He'll finally be famous too, which is, what do you want?
All I can say is that
Yeah,
he said he's setting things up for the final arc. I'm hoping that Gentle and LeBrave are going to show up for that final arc, man. That'd be so amazing.
Okay, so from Neil at Tripl-L, do you think time skips have a negative impact on a lot of shonen battle manga? Look at One Piece, Naruto, and even Dragon Ball. Heck, manga like Claymore suffered as well.
That's tough. That's kind of tough to say. What do you guys think? I gotta formulate my thoughts.
Bad. I think it's bad. Because most of the time with time...
Okay, you go ahead first.
Alright, so most of the time with time skips, you're missing a lot of stuff. What happened during this period, you know, whatever. Is like, if a time skip doesn't happen really early, I think it's mostly a bad thing, because this character who you've known for the entire manga, suddenly has changed and you don't know exactly what's happened.
I think it's bad because the problem with a lot of shonen battle mangas, they don't know how to space in time, like in universe. Like, they don't know how to make a pace for it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you might have been running a series for 5 years, but in the manga, it was only, you know, there was only like 5 months that passed. You might have had like 50 chapters just about one night. And that's not even an exaggeration, because the raid on the hideout in the overhaul arc, it lasts 40 chapters. So he spent 40 chapters on a single night. Like that's like a lot of time. So
Yeah.
that's why a lot of shonen battle manga authors will just end up resorting to time skips so that they can age up their characters and you can see like a new side of them. Pretty much.
Yeah, I guess like the way you guys are making it sound, it does sound like a shorthand for development. Like, I'm thinking about it. It's funny when you mention it that in My Hero Academia, we haven't even finished a year of their schooling. They're still first years. I think the last time that I checked, it was October roughly, and that was right around the end.
It's December right now.
No, it's December right now.
Right.
Because they said winter started.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was October at the end of the overhaul arc, roughly, and now it's December. Cool. Yeah, we've only been there for a year, man. That's incredible.
We've only
less than a year
in the Hero Academia. Oh, sorry, we've only been in UA for like 6 months, man.
Man, that's just
8 months. Sorry.
It blows my mind to think about that. And
yeah,
considering
we saw 4 months left, and
anyway, someone's asked if Oda was to kill off a crew member, who do you think it would be?
Sanji. Duh. Like it very clearly he has a thing for Sanji. It's coming. It's gonna happen. Where he's just kind of dragging it out.
I think he's gonna kill Brooks.
Or Luffy. It's either Sanji or Luffy. Those two are gonna go down. Oh, Prower? 1 second, Prower. Don't say anything. Okay. Prower, you can say something now.
Okay, I was just I don't think it would be Luffy, Zoro, or Tony Chopper. I don't think it would be any of those three when it comes down to it. If Luffy would be killed off, it would probably be near the end of the series or something, but I doubt Luffy would be killed.
And anybody's dead before the
end of the series, Luffy's dead. But he's like, I left my treasure in one piece.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then one said, "Yo, gotta go." That's how it ends. They start doing the rap.
I wanna bring the comments.
Okay, if the series ends, Luffy dying, saying he left his treasure in one piece, and then they do the rap in the manga, not just the anime. It will be the greatest ending to any manga ever. You can't disagree.
Okay, but Skelly, I want to bring them in on the quick joke that we came up with before we went on air. You know, what happens if Oda dies before he finishes One Piece? We were thinking he's just going to hide One Piece all in one piece, and then someone's going to have to go out into the world and find the final chapter of One Piece. That would suck. That would be the worst alternate reality
final
game.
volume, not chapter, volume.
Right, volume. The final volume of One Piece is hidden in the world. That would suck. I'm not playing that game.
He did tell one kid who was dying how the story would end before.
Yeah, but that kid's dead now.
He took the secret to his grave. That's horrible.
Oh man. Well, I mean, like, I respect the kid and Oda for doing that. That sounds great, honestly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, that's nice.
so
That's nice.
Mr. Dr. Brown
Yeah.
is asking about the top 5 Class 1A students. Strongest.
In terms of strength, yeah.
Like physical strength or like quirk as well? Because if we're going physical strength, Shoji is number 1.
Oh yeah, Shoji is definitely number 1.
Then Sugar Lips.
Sugar
I
Lips,
think
that's available, man.
I think they would be talking about strength and then also mix in quirk and whatnot.
Ignore the quirks. Quirks don't matter.
If quirks did not matter, then Shoji would not be as strong, nor would be Sugar Lips, as you call him.
What?
No, Shoji's
Dude,
really
someone
built.
called him Sugar Lips.
Shoji's
Shoji's
Dude, they're
is
huge.
strong, yes, but
Like,
Shoji's
not
huge,
be-
man.
his
Shoji's
strength
like a
is
monster.
his strength is inhuman. Without his quirk, he likely would not be nearly as strong.
Yeah, but he's a mutant. It doesn't matter.
Alright, fine. Sugar Lips. And then Shoji.
He
without
gets-
quirks, right? Is that the correct?
I mean, no, Mr. Dr. Brown says quirks as well. So easily Izuku, number 1. 100%. There's no argument about this.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
I mean, the only
The
quirk
argument
that
is
can beat
for-
Izuku, in terms of the quirks that can beat Izuku, are like the abstract quirks that don't just work on physical levels, right? The abstract ones can probably beat him, and there's not many in the Class 1A that have that.
So of course, you know,
Shinzo,
Yariozu and her
joins.
ability to make nets and sticks are real amazing. You know,
Yeah, sticks and nets. 2 of them. Wow.
2 of them. She's so good.
Are we talking about
Her
Momo?
abilities are great.
We're talking about Momo.
Yeah, if she can make can make a tracker and
Man,
a way
I'm pretty
to
sure Momo can make a nuke. I'm pretty sure. There's nothing saying she can't make a nuke. Unless she can't.
Yeah, but
She
look,
could
I'm
also
like
make,
hyper.
Well, no,
if
the thing is about making a nuke is she has to have radioactive material touch her skin and
Yeah,
the
that's-
entirety of her.
That's the only.
Like,
thing
she's gonna get cancer, but she's also making a nuke right next to her, so that's super dangerous too, anyway.
Yeah.
Here's something more dangerous. She can make copies of Batman and Robin on DVD and throw it at people.
Yeah, but that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
that'd
be
be
totally down
funny,
with that.
you know, at least it's more useful than 2 sticks
All
and 2
fun,
nets.
all fun and games until someone has to hear you're ice cold and you need to chill 1,000
Dude,
times.
I would hear that.
What
if
killed
I
the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
The Ice Age. Or here's my Batman credit card.
That credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
Yep, the bat
Anyway.
nibbles and just the zooming on.
Alright, okay.
Where
no,
are we
alright,
with
back to
top
the
five?
strength thing.
What's the top 5? Izuku at top. Because obvious.
And
I don't know whether to
then-
put Todoroki or Bakugo there. They're just second
Yeah,
for me, both of them.
yeah,
I'll
second
put-
and third
I'll
them,
go
and then fourth is
Todoroki,
Momo.
Momo, yeah, Bakugo, like
Fifth,
And then-
well, we have to look right now. It could be argued that Suyu may belong
also like
there.
Choji. Choji is
Yeah.
I,
Fifth place, I'd put Tokiyami.
Yeah.
I think
I want to know how
the
much
right-
damage Tokoyami can do at night. Because if he can do All Might levels of damage at night, then he has to be higher. But I don't know how much damage he can do.
And also, he said he has gained more control, but would he be able to maintain control in a dire situation like the camp had?
No, which is why he's gonna get Shisai, I think his name is, or
Yeah.
Kuro, whatever.
Yeah.
He's gonna work together. If Dark Shadow ever goes out of control, Black Dude is gonna jump in Dark Shadow and take control. Easy.
That would be a pretty cool
But
collaboration.
that's a guy outside of Class 1A.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so we're pretty fine on the top 5, right?
Can you
Yeah.
just repeat it again? It was like Izuku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Momo. That's okay. I guess
And
that's five. Yeah.
Tokoyami.
Yeah. Cool. We did
Right.
it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, that was a fight.
Let's see. Do you think Horikoshi will make a spin-off for Class 1B? No.
No.
I wish, but no.
That's not even happening.
Oh,
Yeah, I could.
dude, but I want it, man. All my favorite characters are in Class 1B right now.
We all want it. But at this point,
You got Hinaba.
he decided to give us Knuckle Duster instead.
Yeah, but like I'd just rather see like I'd rather see Inaba and Monoma and Kendo. All of them are great,
Yeah, I
I
think
would
more
like
likely,
to trade some characters. I would like it so that in the next.
I'd like to trade all of them. Could we just remove Class 1A and make Class B the stars?
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly, I think the
Monoma's
anime
the main
has a better
character.
chance of giving Class 1B more of a spotlight. The anime has the better chance there.
Yeah, they'll probably go and have some filler episodes. Right? We get Class 1B stuff. That would be nice. I want Class
Black
1B
Clover is an
now.
Alpha Resurrection arc. Do you think the series will have a future after this arc? And if so, how would the current arc go?
Okay, so who knows about Black Clover in this group of us?
I do,
Okay, cool.
but I haven't been keeping up lately.
Okay.
I don't know. I think elves are just I think elves could easily be their next bad guys. The Alpha Resurrection, they all come back.
Yeah.
Then they're the bad guys now. I think that would be fine.
I think
I don't like elves.
I think the elves are going to be put in their place again, unfortunately, and I do think they have a shot if they go into the Diamond Kingdom. Because we know that thing exists. If they explore the rest of the world, I think they have a shot of making something. But man,
Definitely.
I've seen nothing that gives me confidence at this point in time.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Dr. Brown asks, are you allowed to apply to UA if it is your second year? I would assume it works the same as normal Japanese high schools. So you could be a transfer student, but you wouldn't be allowed to apply. And as a transfer student, I think you still have to pass the entrance exam to transfer.
Probably a more difficult one.
Yeah, but I think it could happen.
Yeah,
it probably won't happen.
You could have transfers. I think that could happen. Yeah.
I don't think you can apply as a fresh student. But yeah, you could transfer in. It's possible. Tyrone Stewart asks. Tyrone Stewart.
One second. There was just one question that was missed. It was from Neil. Just really quick. Imagine if One Piece was narrated by Usopp. It's a joke question, but it's pretty much Usopp would lie, and the One Piece story would just be more exaggerated than it is.
Well, I'm trying to get to
I feel that would be a possible thing. Everything's super exaggerated already, but Usopp lied about all of it. He didn't put on 300 pounds. He put on 5.
And then hearing Jason Griffith and Sonny Strait, depending on which dub you're listening to, or in the Japanese, I don't know who the Japanese voice actor's name for Usopp, just narrating it. That would definitely be something.
The Grand Line isn't this super dangerous thing. It's just the path they went on. It's anyone can cross the entire ocean whenever they feel like it. But he just made up the Grand Line to make it seem cooler.
I mean, I agree with it.
Okay, so from Tyrone Stewart,
Tyrone.
is Deku kind of OP now that he has long range attacks against people in both classes?
Is Deku OP? Well, after you see the beatdown that he gave Gentle, he's getting there, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty much. I actually really can't wait until I think this arc is going to be really nice because you have all these OP characters.
Yeah.
Going up against normal ones. So.
And it's unfortunate too. Even Shinso can't handle Izuku because Izuku has mental interference confirmed now. Shinso would be. Yeah, man, this is gonna be fun to watch.
Honestly, look, the part I want the most out of this is Monoma be treated like all for one when he's fighting Izuku.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the guy who has, like... He could have everyone except Izuku's quirk at the time of them fighting.
No, he can only copy one quirk at a time.
He can copy as many quirks at a time, but he can only use one at a time.
Yeah. Because he switched
last time I checked the word...
He switched...
Last time I checked the wording was... last time I checked the wording was that he can only use one quirk.
Yeah, but he ends up using like one after another though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used Kirishima's quirk and then he switched from Bakugo's quirk in successsion. And well, actually,
I remember it's
first.
Actually,
he used Bakugo's quirk, then hit Kirishima, then he used Kirishima's quirk to protect himself from Bakugo.
Yeah, but then he used Bakugo's quirk right after that.
There's actually a really neat little detail with Monoma's character design. If you look at his hero costume, he has a bunch of different stopwatches on his person. I think the stopwatches are to time the different quirks that he's stealing, so that he knows how long.
Yeah, because he's got 5 minutes on each of them.
Yeah, that's a really neat little detail on his character design.
Horikoshi's really good on the character designs, man.
Oh yeah, man, he's so good.
Yeah,
so you believe that he probably will be going around sneakily touching several people right before they go onto the course?
Yeah, I'd say
he sounds
creepy.
like Slippy
that kind of creepy
Sim,
guy.
you know?
Yeah, he's that kind of creepy guy. Oh,
yeah.
Slippy.
He's going to high five everyone in Class B before the match starts.
Oh,
and then he's gonna go towards the Class A students he's going up against, touch their shoulder, and be like, "I'm gonna crush you." Move on to the next one.
If he takes Kudo's quirk before he starts, that's a pretty good quirk. That's a pretty good navigation quirk. He'll have a significant advantage.
Okay, so Neil asks, what are some of your favorite anime/manga? For me, FMA is a favorite anime because of the character writing, story, and that the story doesn't overstay its welcome. It ended. Yeah,
I mean,
it did end.
That is a powerful thing with FMA. It's self-contained, right? Like stories that are self-contained are always going to have an edge. Favorite anime and manga.
I feel like we already answered.
Yeah, I said anime.
Yeah, we did go over this at the beginning, but they may have missed that.
Yeah, it was
just
mine were One Piece and maybe Gundam Iron Blooded Orphan. I'll think about a manga though, because a manga might be different. You guys go for yours, just to.
Yeah, mine are Hunter x Hunter and My Hero Academia, but the only manga I keep up with is My Hero Academia anyways, so.
My favorite manga is Komi-san wo Kominishu.
My favorite manga is actually a manhwa, and it's like they're the same thing.
Yeah.
I really like The Gamer.
Yeah, actually, yeah. My favorite manhwa is The Gamer. I really love The Gamer. And maybe if The Breaker was still going on, The Breaker would have taken it. But right now, it's The Gamer.
It's weird because I stopped reading The Gamer like 2 years ago, but I still really like it.
Yeah, you know, I don't think The Gamer is good per se, but it's a really nice read. I really just like really coming in and reading it.
It's a casual read.
Yeah.
It's like something when you have nothing else to do, you can just pick it up, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. That's Black Clover for me.
Oh, the next question misconstrued something in it. It said,
would Deku give all for one to Togata to prepare for now, or maybe Eri for the future?
So, Prower, 1 second, because I can't hear you, so just give me a second. Okay, coming back in. Here we go.
About the next question, Mr. Dr. Brown. He originally stated, would Deku give one for all to Toga to prepare for now, or maybe Eri for the future, but then corrected himself by saying he meant Togata, not Toga. That's a pretty big difference, but they already just said
keep it to both. You know, feed them both hair at the same time, see what happens.
At the very least. But,
would Deku? You know what? I don't think we've seen who Deku's gonna give that quirk to. Maybe it's gonna be someone in his fan club.
I don't think we're going to see who he gives it to.
Yeah, that's
Right.
if he's gonna have it. He's gonna have it.
Since it's a high school story, that's what Boku no Hero is.
Yeah.
Right. And
I think it would end
if-
on maybe a few days after graduation.
That's
Yeah.
If anything past high school.
Yeah, and I could see if does give one for all to someone, it would be a kid at that time. Eri probably would be grown up, and I don't see him giving it to someone older like Togata, considering how long he would have it for. He wants to give it to someone that could have the time to learn.
How old is like the homie? Is the homie All Might right now? The guy can't be older than like 40.
I
think All Might's older than Endeavor.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's older than Endeavor, but
I was thinking I could see a scenario where Izuku has to temporarily give away one for all, just to give it to someone else for like some kind of plot reason, then he gets it back at the end of the arc. I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's such like a cliche. Create conflict and suspense.
Yeah, I don't see Horikoshi doing that. But since it was originally asked a question, imagine how terrifying Toga would be with One for All.
I'm not really.
Toga.
Toga's insane.
Well, I mean, she would have the spirits of all these good people.
Yeah.
They could give proper therapy.
Yeah, they might try to rebel against her. Who knows? Like, they might try to hold her down.
She might like that.
Okay, if y'all were to be in any anime world with a power, so like you would also have like the power of ki or nen or magic. Which world would it be? And which power?
Well, when it comes to that kind of stuff, as much as I like the world of Hunter x Hunter, I would not want to live in the world of Hunter x Hunter, especially with people like the Phantom Troop and Hisoka walking around. I do not want to see a clown-looking guy licking his lips while he's walking towards me eerily. Please, no. No.
Yeah, I don't want to be in any world where like genocide is common, or like a town gets destroyed and it's like just another weekend. I think I'm hiding out in the Pokemon world. I'm just gonna hide in the Pokemon world. That world's safe at the very least.
Yeah, no. Pokemon sounds great.
Yeah, I'm just hiding
when
in
you
Pokemon.
say Pokemon, you have to bear in mind that you have to. You're going to be on the road a lot, and you might.
Oh no, you don't have to.
No,
there are thousands of people in the Pokemon world who live in cities and towns. Millions, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a total NPC. I'm just hanging out in my little house. Maybe I'll
look, man. I'm gonna get a pet. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna play games.
Man, whenever I see...
And then, what about when the legendary Pokemon wake up and start fighting each other?
You know what?
Well, then I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in the first town. Like, nothing bad ever happens to Pallet Town. No, it's always the last place with the last... That's the place that always gets screwed up. It's either there or the Elite Four.
Well, no, just like... Okay, like, are we talking like Pokemon Anime or Pokemon Adventure?
Oh, no. Pokemon Anime. I'm not touching Adventure.
Yeah, Adventure literally has Pokemon being killed in Pokemon battles, like a Charmeleon cutting off an X.
Yeah, we get it.
We're not. I'm not going.
But it was already a zombie.
I remember when Red got frozen, and that was
yeah. Right. Like, here's the thing. Like, if we're talking about in Adventure, because like, how many badges decides what Pokemon the gym leaders throw at you? So it's like, you don't know which is the first gym. So you don't know where you have to run to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to run towards Giovanni. He seems like a nice guy. Totally not a... He will protect us.
He's totally not a mafia man who's attempting to do a hostile takeover of our country.
Yeah, he's just a swell dressed up guy. And I really like guys who dress up. Tells me that they're trustworthy.
Yeah, look at that expensive suit. You can't make that. You can't get that kind of suit with stolen money.
Yeah, he must have won
did anyone hear my joke before?
What was your joke?
Yeah, did anyone hear my joke before Discord cut me off?
Which one was it?
No.
I said, well, we could run to Giovanni. He looks like a totally great guy who'd protect us from Team Rocket if the situation came.
Oh yeah, I'll run towards the guy that has the R on his chest, just kind of stitched in there, and like no one ever questions that.
Well, Giovanni is his first name, right? Maybe his last name starts with R. You know?
Oh yeah, maybe Giovanni
Ravioli. Yeah, Giovanni Ravioli. That's his last.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so question from Ario Setio. I skipped him, but he wants you to choose one from Haikyuu, Kurokono Basket, and SNS.
Shokugeki no Soma.
SNS is.
Shokugeki no Soma. I'm picking Soma.
I'm picking Haikyuu. But I'm not really any of those three, if I'm going to be honest. I just, from what I've seen from Haikyuu.
I don't like sports anime.
Guys, you just don't understand, man. If I get good at cooking, I can control people. People will bend to my will, like someone who's been paid to give me a rigged, a rigged competition or a rigged judgment. I can just convince him with my food. All I have to do is be good at cooking. I'm going to Soma.
Okay, Trip, you sound like as if you're a mad overlord at the moment when it comes to I can control everything.
Yes,
who wouldn't be?
That would be great.
I just want to hit some balls.
Well,
let's do it. Let's hit some balls. You know, just hitting balls. Hitting balls is so fun.
If you give us foodgasms, where would our clothes go? Like, I don't want to go.
It's a metaphor.
I know. I was trying to make a joke, but
unless you're a zombie, in which case it's not a metaphor.
Okay. I'm sorry, but Mr. Dr. Brown asks it again. Would Deku give one for all to Toga? So, like, if you had to choose...
Well, no, I think the issue is with giving it to Mirio is it's a part of his imposter syndrome where he feels he doesn't deserve anything that's happening to him. Like, giving it to him at all means he's fallen for this whole, I don't deserve anything that's happening to me.
And Mirio already turned him down.
That too. I mean, you can always force it on people. But.
Yeah, you can always force it. Man, I don't want...
Miro, real quick. You want a milkshake, buddy? Here's a milkshake. And secretly, you have...
You spit in it.
Hairs. You
okay.
Spit in the milkshake.
But it's actually giving him superpowers instead of just being disgusting.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess, we just give it to Eri because then Izuku's not being a big dummy.
Right, and then let's see. I think the next one is Tyrone Stewart. Can a weekly anime be good with a monthly manga?
No, no.
If you mean weekly as in it'll keep running forever, no.
No, but
if he means weekly on the level of One Piece, man, like One Piece doesn't even do well with a weekly manga. There's no way a monthly is gonna survive it.
Unless the monthly is already over or about to end when the weekly starts.
Yes.
Yeah, and the monthly manga's been going on for several years.
So if you want an actual example, Attack on Titan releases its chapters monthly, and its weekly anime comes out with a season like 2 years. So
yeah, it wouldn't work out very well, is the point. Attack on Titan's the best what we got so far.
Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Dr. Brown asks, what do you think of people shipping Toga and Bakugo?
I mean,
people ship Toga and Bakugo?
I didn't know that was a thing, but they can do what they want.
Yeah, like I'm not judging. I'm just asking. It seems interesting.
Yeah, and if they go on any dates, you have to make sure that there's no knives anywhere.
Who cares about any of this? What would their child's quirk be?
They could cause
whoever
explosions.
They drink the blood of explodes. There we go.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, or they could cause explosions in people's blood. There's that too. Yeah, what was that? My hand just blew into pieces.
Yeah, you know what? Those are not the most compatible.
So for the earlier,
not the most
for
compatible.
the earlier questions,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I have to answer the earlier one because I actually thought about it. I live in so for the question where it's like where would you live and with what power? I would want to live in the Yu-Gi-Oh world because then I can get paid real money to play a card game.
You can
Oh
do
shit,
that,
that's another level.
but you can do that here with poker.
Yeah, but like fucking
Poker's not as fun. You don't
Legends.
have massive holograms of these poker cards beating the shit out of them.
Alright, yeah, that's fair. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Oh, okay. So sorry, a children's card game. Children's card game. To be
The fate of the world in a children's card game.
I don't think I'd want to be pro level though, man. I'm not sure where's the safest place
Actually,
to
wait,
be
no.
in the Yu-Gi-Oh world.
Do they mean anime manga or just anime?
If it's anime, then there's only 2 blue eyes in the entire world left.
3.
No, there was 3 until Kaiba tore one of them in half.
There were 4 until Kaiba tore one of them.
Four. Yeah,
Well, Kaiba has all the ones left remaining.
Yes.
All 3, yes.
Yes.
all 3. He has 3.
That little such pig.
Look, man, it's his waifu. You gonna keep a man away from his waifu?
Well, technically, it literally was his waifu in the entire
Yes.
time.
Dude, he has a blue eyes white dragon jet. Your opinion is irrelevant.
He also has a blue eyes white dragon body color. Don't ask him where it is.
It's in his bedroom, of course.
I think if I could go to the Yu-Gi-Oh world and take the strategies from this world over there, I think I can make a killing and just be able to hide out without anyone ever dragging me into problems. So, okay.
No, man, they're just gonna bullshit and top deck whatever they want.
Nah, screw them, man. Mirror Force.
Screw the rules. You don't have money.
Okay.
Screw.
I have
I would just buy. You know, I would like according to that universe's rules. If I buy a company, if I own 51% of a company, that's like that like a dude cares about his employees and like threaten him with basically killing his employees, he's gonna pay me 100 million yen.
Can you not do that in real life? I always thought you could.
Well, should we go to the question QRW6?
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin versus Yu Yu Hakusho. Which is better?
Well,
I've only read one of them. Can't say which is better.
I would say Yu Hakusho has a slight edge.
Prower, 1 second, Prower. I just lost you again. Okay.
Last year with the
Okay, you could just say that over again, Prower, because I lost you halfway.
I would say Yu Hakusho has a slight edge. And also isn't Ronin Kenshin has the manga who was recently caught with all that child pornography?
Yes, it's the mangaka that was caught with all the child pornography. Yes, it's him.
Yeah, that also is another way Yu Hakusho beats.
I don't think that has anything to do with the quality of it.
But overall, as a not counting the mangakas, I still say Yu Hakusho is slightly better.
I think Hakusho's a bit more exciting.
I would say Rurouni Kenshin is probably the recovering like veteran really well, and I think that's always an interesting story.
Yeah.
I've only read Kenshin, so I can't say anything. So I naturally prefer that.
I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Also, like, the only good character in Yu Yu Hakusho is Kuwabara, objectively.
I would say that Yusuke had a pretty interesting character arc when it came throughout the series.
Okay, so Mr. Dr. Brown. I mean, Yusuke's like, he's fine.
He started off as just some typical punk, and then he ended up becoming a
it's like a power fantasy.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was a power fantasy, but he started to become
I think-
an entirely different person.
But that's what he is like from the start, dude. He gives up his life for a child. That was pretty remarkable. The dude who supposedly.
He
Mr. Dr.
literally
Brown-
did not. He literally did not pass on because of that one act, but entire life doing entirely different things.
True. Mr. Dr. Brown asks, is Ares' quirk an emitter quirk because they come from the quirk factor, which is biological?
Like, can it rewind to that quirk? Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so if like Todoroki makes a pillar of ice, she can't rewind the pillar of ice.
But she should be able to. Oh wait, no. Wait.
It's a pillar of ice.
Yeah.
Todoroki can't suck it back up.
Right. I'm trying to remember how this works. Cause she rewound her father, but the father left his clothes behind, right?
Yeah.
What else did she rewind?
She rewound Overhaul and what's it called?
Yeah, the Memno or something like
Yeah.
that.
And then Overhaul and all the precepts except Time Guy.
Yeah.
You mean Mineta?
Yeah. A future Mineta.
Nemoto.
You mean
Nemoto.
you mean Mineta? Chrono Mineta?
That's if you don't get it, Scully, it's fine. But yeah, I guess she can't rewind inorganic things. Is that the rule for her power?
I'm pretty sure she only rewinds living things.
Yeah.
I don't recall it saying that there was a particular limit or anything to her quirk, and that's why a lot of people were getting upset when her quirk was revealed. But the main issue is control.
Her quirk is too OP.
Well, we know that her blood
Damn, fool.
can be mixed in with other things that can definitely knock out quirks. But maybe the creations...
she can do that too.
Yeah, the creations of the quirks, it's tough to say whether or not they can be rewound. Well, no. It's easy. Like, if it's a block of ice, maybe it can't be rewound. But what if the block of ice has blood in it, then maybe it'll do the same thing that happened in Fairy Tail. Ugh.
And let's see. Now, I see one more question. Mr. Dr. Brown, do you think that Bakugo would have been as driven without Deku? I think he still would be as driven. Yeah, I don't think that Izuku not being there would make a difference in that factor.
Yeah, like they did something really good with Bakugo in that first arc when he was getting schooled by Izuku, in that they showed that he was taking into consideration the people around him. When they did that, that kind of like proved that he could see the world beyond just Izuku. That's my thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
Like, Izuku suffers more from a lack of Bakugo than Bakugo suffers from a lack of Izuku.
Yeah.
It would be literally no difference to Bakugo whether he existed or not. He just wouldn't be mad at him.
Yeah.
And then we have QRW6. Think Madara Uchiha was supposed to be the final antagonist in Naruto. Yeah, he would.
Not.
It was supposed to be I know it was supposed to be the Naruto versus Sasuke thing at the end, but and the only reason why there was another villain besides, you could argue, Sasuke after Madara is because he couldn't figure out how to end Madara, so he just brought in that.
Well, we know that for sure. Like, he didn't know what he was going to do with Madara, so instead he brought in someone who played by different rules and was subject to different rules in terms of defeat. Because Madara was too much like the main characters, right? So it would have just been... It was too hard to make it work and not make it feel cheap. You had to bring out someone that was not within their world. Oh, Prower, 1 second, Prower. Don't say anything. Okay, Prower, can you speak again?
Okay, yeah, I think overall, just introducing her out of nowhere hurt the story. But at the same time, it would have worked a lot better if he put certain things that hinted at her eventually coming in or whatnot. Like, not necessarily something that the characters would know, but would have at least hinted at her existence or something like that. But he didn't plan that far ahead, obviously.
Neil
Yeah.
says, I always feel like Orochimaru would have been a better endgame villain. Honestly, dude, anybody would have been a better than Madara Uchiha. If it was just Obito by himself, he would have been a better endgame than Madara.
Yeah, if Obito was standing on his own
was-
2 legs instead of living in Madara's shadow, he could have pulled off. He could have been written well, right? He could have been written just as well as Madara was.
Orochimaru eats Kaguya, and that's the final boss.
I mean,
The ramen noodle guy was supposed to be the final end guy. Final end villain. Ramen noodle guy. He totally... Naruto would have had no shot
mean,
against him. He
Come
would
on,
not
dude.
have been able to handle
How
fighting.
are you gonna say ramen noodle guy and not even know? All right, dude. It's Ichiraku Ramen. He's the greatest ramen maker in the world. This is
Man.
not even close.
let me tell you, the novel that focused on him was amazing. My feels of it was so good.
You know, it sounds like a joke, but I have a feeling this could be real.
What?
The young thug of Naruto.
Well, we're ignoring Ken Bakugo secretes sweat at will. Maybe, but at the very least, he can make nitroglycerin at will.
Yeah, it sounds like he has to be able to make explosions at will because he just kind of does it.
You just
Mina
assume his palms are always sweaty. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
he's probably
So,
always thinking about things making him angry.
Palms are sweaty,
Palms are-
knees weak, arms are heavy.
Vomit on sweat already. Mom spaghetti.
He's nervous, but he's nervous.
We have another
But-
kind of thing here. We have,
But all the top, he looks calm and spaghetti to drop palms, but he keeps
But he
on.
keeps
Calm
on
and-
spaghetti
calm
what he wrote
and
down.
Did you
Oh,
say
God.
calm and spaghetti?
He looks
Really?
calm spaghetti.
He looks
Yeah,
calm
calm
and spaghetti.
Oh, imagine a calm spaghetti next to angry spaghetti.
Yes. Anyway, okay. Choose Orochimaru's sex, male or female?
I'd say
Honestly,
Female,
male.
easily.
you know what?
Why would I ever choose a guy?
I think he changes it every day. I think he wakes up one way and then he changes it. Like when people say gender fluid, Orochimaru should be the poster boy.
No.
Poster girl.
He's not saying what is he. It's choose. You choose.
Oh, all right.
Well,
yeah.
I choose female
I
easily.
choose female.
I choose male mainly because of voice actors when it comes to. But I
Hey,
could.
dude, women play men all the time. All right.
And
I
actually,
understand that, but
There
when
was
it
the
comes
time
to
that Orochimaru revealed his mask or took off his mask and revealed that he was a woman underneath. So he can play off both voices without problems. He can still use his creepy voice and he used the body's voice by his own volition.
If Mina and Kirishima had a kid, what would their quirk be?
Acidic
no.
grapes.
Hmm.
Very sour grapes.
Grapes.
Sour
grapes. This is not Mineta. Oh wow!
Oh,
imagine.
Kirishima. Sorry, my mistake. I got Mineta instead.
Yeah, that would imagine though if Kirishima
Very sour grapes. Yeah, I'll believe it. Exploding sticky grapes. They explode to acid.
Imagine
You know
though
what?
if
Mutations happen. Mutations totally happen.
I know, but imagine if Mina and Kirishima had a kid and it was Mineta. Imagine all the looks Kirishima would give her. Like, would you cheat on me with Mineta?
Nah, man.
Really?
I'm gonna pull the mutation card. Mutations can happen.
I don't know what this is.
I think resin, like secrete this goo or whatever, and then it can harden.
It was already
Acidic
hard.
goo. and kill people.
Oh no,
And then it can hunt.
maybe the kid could turn his arm or could turn into acid. That'd be a pretty good like combination. Because
That would be pretty cool.
Kirishima can turn hard, right? So now it's just turn into the substance that his wife can secrete.
That sounds kind of weird, honestly. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, quirks are weird, man. It's hard to apply this. You know, the kid could just come out super hard, or could come out super sour, without just be the independent ones without any mixture.
Mr. Baller says, "Wait, y'all have a podcast now? Damn,
That was a while ago.
Yeah,
I know.
and
I wanted to address.
it. No, we don't.
Yeah, this
Mr.
is
Baller.
just your imagination. You need to wake up, buddy. You're sleeping when you should be.
We've had a podcast, bro. This is our first podcast in like 4 months. We've had one.
I wouldn't say 4 months.
Yo, man, you don't have to be so offended. He's just happy for us.
Yeah. And I think
No,
next
dude.
one that we're going to have is going to likely be once My Hero ends its 3rd season. Then let's see. Do y'all think Akira Toriyama should have stayed retired and only do Dragon Ball movies?
Honestly,
The
the
same
guys-
extra assets.
the guy's made so much money, he could just do whatever he wants. I don't see a problem with him getting involved if he wants to get involved.
He's paid to do the movies. He's
yeah.
like, I don't
Like-
know, man. If I was Horikoshi, I would do whatever. I'll
Yeah,
just be
man,
like,
I don't care too much about the Dragon Ball timeline at this point anymore. I just kind of want to see the characters have fun, right? So as long as I get that, I'm pretty set.
yeah, that's pretty much
Right.
all I want.
Like-
I want because he's gone so bad at
Yeah,
like making the worlds now.
yeah.
Or it's not him, I guess, but
yeah,
he
like
really hasn't been trying.
the Dragon Ball universe has expanded so out of control, but yeah, I agree
So out
with
of control, but I still feel like it's so small.
Yeah, but that's
It feels
because
so small.
well, that's
still.
because you find out things like, oh man, this one universe only had 28 inhabited planets. That's kind of like for an infinite universe, that's pretty bad. Or that's just a pretty bleak look on life.
Well, that's like 28 planets that you could visit and like meet people and you could communicate with them.
Yeah.
If like had he thrown out a higher number, like has 2,000 planets with inhabitants, right? That would have been so cool because you could have like met you would have been like, oh wow, this is just one universe. But even if it's just 28, you could have still went and met people that weren't there before.
Mm-hmm.
Akira Toriyama just made the universe so small but so big at the same time.
Yeah. Regardless, I just want to see Goku and Vegeta just hang out. And I want to. I like finding out little trivia like Goku doesn't know what a kiss is. I found that so hilarious. That was about right.
I want to see Goku and Vegeta get a beer after whatever the hell they do.
Man,
I don't know.
I would love that.
Something.
I found the Saiyans being naturally interested in strong women, interesting active women.
Yeah,
Remember
man.
when-
Goku and Vegeta sitting on a porch, having a beer, watching like
The cars go by.
falling stars
Yeah.
or whatever.
And they're just talking about.
I'd read the
crazy-
shit out of a 300 chapter manga about that.
Yeah, man. I would just love to watch them just commentate on like, hey, man, like that Kamehameha you just launched in that guy's face. That was pretty good, but I think I could do better. I would love that. That would be good. I could be like, oh yeah, I
I would
remember
love-
that.
I would love a slice of life series that's just like Gohan and Videl and Trunks and Goten.
Mm-hmm. And like the wacky grandpa, Mr. Satan, not Doctor, Mr.
Mr. Dr. Satan.
Yeah, well, yeah, I bet he has a doctorate in something, like a doctorate in karate or something. He came up with it. They make everyone around him call him doctor for a bit.
Alright, What's your opinion about Fire Brigade of Flame?
Oh,
You ever read that?
I read it. Yeah.
Fire
It's
Brigade of Flame.
it's as weird as Soul Eater, in my opinion. It's
Equal.
I kind of wish that the translations were more consistent, but they're not. And it's just kind of tough to get into it when I pretty much take months away from it and then come back to read a few chapters and then have to go away for months again. It's tough. I think it's very interesting. Like the guys in Fire Brigade of Flame, you might not have guessed it, but all their powers revolve around fire. So it's actually kind of interesting to see how much different powers they can come up with for the same fire. So in terms of like I guess a test in creativity, it's kind of cool in that regard, but I just kind of wish it was more consistent with releases, or at least with the translations on this side.
Just imagine if Eraserhead used guns.
The question
Not
before
really.
that was like, why does no one use guns? And it's just guns aren't fun. Guns kill people pretty quickly.
Also, it's a Japanese story, and Japan has this huge no guns thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look how peaceful Japan is, man. When was the last time you heard about like? I'm not trying to like. I'm just like making a point here, you know. When's the last time you heard of someone committing suicide in Japan?
Okay, well, no, that's bad because that's like the worst thing you could say. Because that happens all the time. Why would you say that?
Because I was trying to make it about something else. You know, I was just trying to be. The point.
When was the last time you? It's like saying, when was the last time you heard of a mass shooting in the United States?
Like, oh, you know, look at the United States. It doesn't have a depression problem. Like, when was the last time you heard about a mass shooting in there?
Right. But the most important question: what if Izuku could go Ultra Instinct?
Already seen it. Eri helped him. We saw what it looked like.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's sort of the perfect thing.
You know, it's funny. You know, Goku didn't do Ultra Instinct first. I think actually, in terms of Shonen Jump, whatchamacallit,
Luffy
Suna,
did that.
Oh yeah, did he?
Didn't?
Oh yeah, everyone.
No, he emptied his mind and could just dodge everything by reflex.
Oh yeah, Suna.
Suna
Yeah,
did
Suna
it because
did
it was
that first.
it was called hyper intuition, right? That's what it was first called, hyper intuition.
It's the same thing. Oh my god, Torium, you stole from like an irrelevant manga series that lasted 500 chapters. Not even like 300 chapters.
But yeah, otherwise, like the hockey users in One Piece can pretty much all do it too. That's pretty funny. But Suna definitely has the better look on it. He was pretty cool. He was a pretty cool design once he got it.
Suna always had a pretty cool design, dude. Suna's base design is super cool.
You mean even during the gag days, like when he would rip out of his body, kind of thing? Oh, Prower. 1 second, Prower. Okay, Prower, were you saying something?
Can you hear me now?
The Fist of the
Yes,
North
I
Star
can.
had Ultra Instinct way before anyone else.
Oh, did
Yeah,
it?
that's what. Yeah, it's what I was saying.
Exactly. That's what you were saying.
Oh, nice.
No.
I didn't know that. Thanks, man.
So Goku was pretty late on this whole Ultra Instinct thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was like the last Shonen Jump main character to figure it out.
Oh, I guess like Naruto also kind of had like a weird instinct, but his was like evil instinct. He could sense evil, which I think is a pretty
Well,
good
you know,
power.
and they all just took it from Spider-Man anyway.
Oh, yeah, spider sense. It's so general and so broad. Yeah. In other words, we just realized everyone copies everyone, so nothing's changed.
Yeah, everybody's a thief. No one's original.
Yeah, there's probably someone Spider-Man stole spider sense from.
Yeah, maybe the guy down the street one day.
It's like
My Stan Lee sense is tingling. I have a new character to make.
The guy down the street from Spider-Man.
Yo,
My homeless person instinct is tingling. Someone threw out something tasty in the trash.
that's too real.
If y'all were to meet your favorite mangaka and talk with them, who would it be and what would you talk about?
I'm talking to Oda, and I'm just gonna ask him straight up the ending to One Piece because he seems to be pretty okay with giving that information away.
I would probably start wondering how quickly I can learn Japanese.
No, man. I'm just gonna get
That's pretty
Kara to
important.
translate for me. That's all I'm gonna do. Kara can translate.
Kara
That'll be
can speak Japanese.
fine. She has proficiency. She has a 4th degree proficiency or 4th level proficiency. So
I would just
Good
get Horikoshi, get like a translator with him, and we'll just start nerding out about superheroes.
you're wasting your time, Prower. I'm gonna be getting the secrets so I can sell them on the black market of people too obsessed with their favorite series.
Honestly,
Good.
I'll just, I'd meet with Kentaro Miura. I'd be like, bro, please finish the fucking series. I just wanted to end. I wanted to finally finish so that I can feel like something's been accomplished.
And then he'll tell you, no.
And guys, I just think about it like I could just go to Oda and just
I would ask,
him
how do you make things so cute?
for who? Skelly? For who would you be asking that?
The name's also Oda.
Oh.
Tomohito Oda.
Oh. Let's go in for the next question.
Neil, real quick. Neil, dude, I was being sarcastic. Neil, I know that Japan has. No, I'm talking to Neil. I know that Japan has the highest suicide rate in the world. That was kind of the point of what I was saying.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Are we good with the next question now?
Yeah, but he
Who is best girl in Boku no Hero?
Okay, so are we talking about class 1A only, or
Best girl.
Best girl in general, man.
What's wrong with you?
Well, we by process elimination first we find out who's best of 1A, and then we find out who's best outside of the
it doesn't
class.
matter.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're not going to do that.
Fine.
Who's best girl?
Fine. I'll go with Momo.
Inaba
I'm-
is the best girl.
I'm Team Momo.
I want to go with Momo too, but I don't know because you're picking it. I don't want to follow the crowd.
Okay, fine, then you could pick Jiro. She's a good choice too.
No, she's not. That's a pretty lame choice, Prower. Pretty lame.
I don't like
choice.
Shiro. Let's see. I would go that twin-tail girl from the license exam and then the remedial courses.
All right.
You're boring. Okay. Anyway, I'm going Ibarra. Ibarra's the best girl. Shiozaki is bae.
Okay, since I can't pick Momo because Prower took it, I'm picking Izuku's mom. Just
Inko? You're picking
Oof.
Inko?
Oof.
Okay, I don't know why you guys are hating on Jiro.
Wait, no. Pony Tsunotori.
Oh yeah, she's cool too. But behind every great hero, there is a mom who was not as great, but still did her best, and that's what matters.
The protagonist from Kill la Kill would disagree with you. Her mother.
Excuse me, if it wasn't for her mom, she never would have achieved what she did.
Yeah, come on, man.
But you said a great mom. That was a terrible mother.
No, I said behind every great hero is a mom who's not so
Mom
great.
is not so great, but did her best.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah. No, I'll agree. Ryuku's mom did her best.
yeah, she did her
She
best
wasn't
in
good
the
enough.
goals.
Yeah. She wasn't good enough, you know?
You know what? I don't think she's a great hero. I don't think Ryoko's that great of a hero. I think she was just the girl caught in like the wrong place at the wrong time and just ended up getting super.
Isn't that what a hero is?
Huh. Well,
A hero is ultimately someone in the wrong place at the wrong time, but does the right thing.
Yeah. Okay. You got me on that one, Skelly.
Hero, in my personal opinion, is someone that is willing to sacrifice everything in order to protect not only the people that they care for, but just any person and thing that.
What about Hitler? Would they protect Hitler? Sacrifice everything to protect Hitler.
Well, I'm sure plenty of heroes would then throw him in prison or something.
You know, once we start talking about the Nazis, we know we're going down a really dark path.
Yeah.
There's no winning here. You know?
I shouldn't have said that.
I had one more comment about heroes. Oh yeah, my first hero was the one from Gundam. Yeah. Good times, man. I loved Gundam.
Okay, so let's see.
I think the next one is choose the best.
Choose the best.
Yeah.
Deku, Soma, or Asta. And there's also Deku versus Asta, so we could probably include both of those in this.
It might be Soma.
Okay, so I think Deku's the best because he's the one I read, and Deku would win because Asta doesn't have magic, while Deku does have magic.
Deku doesn't have magic.
Quirks are magic. What are you going to call them other than that?
Okay,
like
superpowers. They are science. They're not magic.
All right. In terms of power, Deku's gonna end up winning out. But in terms of character, Soma probably wins out because Soma deals with his problems really well.
I would go with Izuku among those three. That's the best pro tag in my personal opinion.
I don't read Soma, so I have to go Izuku.
No, that's fair, guys.
Because I don't think Asta's as good a protagonist.
No, Asta isn't. Asta develops too slow, whereas Izuku has faster development, and Soma doesn't develop as often because Soma's already a prepackaged character. He doesn't have a lot of hang-ups.
Alright, who's the Spider-Man? Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah,
next one. How cool would it be if the MC of Barrage was the next holder of One for All?
That'd be pretty cool.
Barrage.
Was Barrage
QRW6? Continue.
Was the big three a dark era for mangaka?
No, you're missing. Momo is smart and beautiful. What more could you ask for? Horns.
More time in the manga. More attention.
Horns. Religion. She has to be like Shiozaki. If she's not saying that she's gonna tempt you in the fires of hell, then I'm not attracted. I'm sorry.
There needs to be more screen time for her. The girl who's been given extra screen time instead of her was Suyu. After all,
was the big three a dark era for mangaka? I guess.
I would not say it was a dark era for the three people of the big three when it came to mangas.
Yeah, but anybody other than them. You know,
they really overshadowed everyone else at the time, didn't they?
Like they were a wall that you couldn't overcome easily. Like I'm looking at the chart of things that were released again in Shonen Jump. Like in 2010, the introduced series, they didn't survive past 60 weeks. The 2011 introduced series didn't survive past 60 weeks. The 2012 series had Haikyuu and Assassination Classroom. And 2012
Nisekoi was 2011.
Oh, 2011? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. And 1 year. Oh yeah, a few in 2011 got past 60 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
a dark
man.
time
There were
for
a lot
mangas and Shonen Jump, and but the other, at the very least,
Barrage was only 16 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was a dark era for mangaka because they had something that they knew It's tough. It's tough to say whether or not it was a dark era. Would you call competition a dark era?
Next question. Mr. Baller 101. Deku's mom pre-thickness or Deku's mom post-thickness?
Well,
Pre.
I'd like to have the more developed version when it comes to actual character development. So technically, that would be post.
Okay, this is gonna sound kind of.
I say pre because she was taller.
This is gonna sound sadistic, but
I don't really care about the.
I would have rather.
I don't really care about the body. I care about the person.
Well, I would rather pre because I could have seen her descent, right? I would have been able to see how she suffered from being a bad mom. I would have been able to see her struggles. I would have been able to see what broke her. I would have been able to see all those kind of stuff, right? So I would have loved to see just the deconstruction of a mom realizing that she sucked.
Wow, Trip.
That sounds fantastic. You convinced me 100%.
Trip, you complimented her earlier saying that she was a great mom. Now you say that.
So
no,
great.
but then she'd
Not
know you're
so
lying
great.
and feel even worse about herself.
Try your best. Tried her best.
She tried her best, yeah, but her best didn't help Izuku.
Okay, and then someone said Thanos versus Saitama, who wins? Thing is, Thanos has been.
Alright.
Can he snap his fingers first?
Saitama is faster than speed of light if you wanted to be. So
It's
no.
50-50.
Saitama
It's honestly
Is Saitama
50-50.
is Thanos in front of Saitama? Then yes. Saitama wins.
Saitama wins every time. When it comes to that kind of stuff, he tries to snap him out of existence. Saitama's like, no, I punch existence. I'm staying in it.
Okay. First of all, all right. So their given powers are Thanos can snap his fingers and kill half of the universe. And
Do you know anything about Thanos in the comics?
Not really. No, and I don't care. And Saitama can punch whatever's in front of him and it will disappear into blackness.
He could do a lot more than that.
Saitama?
Yeah, Saitama he could go. He could just go as faster than you possibly imagine. Plus, Thanos could do a lot more in comics than he could do in the movies. They had the power down.
Yeah, man, but no one reads comics.
First of all, no one reads comics, and we're gonna assume that with the 6 stones, he can do like honestly whatever he wants. He can probably like destroy the entire universe if he wants.
But in the movies, all Thor needed to do was aim for the head. So
Yeah, Thanos. You could kill Thanos in all sorts of different ways. Saitama, not so much.
Like, and Saitama's creator even said if you were to use a full power punch, it would destroy half the universe, but the other half would survive because it would be behind him.
Excellent.
Someone said Natsu versus Deku. Oh, good lord.
Well, Natsu wins.
Natsu wins.
Sadly, but Izuku's a much better character.
Oh wait, no. Is it Deku with Eri on his back?
Yeah. Lolly backpack is all that matters, really.
Yeah, because his friendship's right there.
Yeah, get the power of friendship punched in the face. There we go.
Okay, guys, do you want to start wrapping this up? Because people are going to keep asking questions, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's one more question we can answer, though. Mr. Dr. Brown says, what if Mineta had one for all?
He would be able to throw those balls really far.
That's not someone that should have one for all in any circumstance.
He would have exploded. Mineta would have exploded.
The women of the world are in danger. We can't have him be
He would be a danger to himself. And we can't really eat his hair because it's all those balls.
So he would have to spit in your mouth to pass it on. He'd be like,
That's disgusting.
and you do not want any sort of his DNA in.
To be fair, he could just give you like some armpit hair.
Oh man!
No,
it's Mineta. You know full well how he's gonna request one specific method of getting that power, and it's gonna be annoying, and no one's gonna want to do it.
Yeah, he's gonna make
Only
sure
girls.
that he's gonna make sure he's gonna recruit a girl and be like, okay, you want?
Okay, all right, I'm done with this. Yep, no,
I'm
this
done.
train of thought's dead to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let's just thank you, everyone. I'm Powertastic. I was glad to be involved.
Yep, thanks. I'm Scalia, and I endorse this podcast.
I was Trip, and any questions that are left over, I'll answer them some other time, or some other time on another podcast.
Oof, this lasted way longer than it should have. I'm TDC, aka Regit, aka Glasses Coon, and I'll see you all next time!
See ya, guys. That was fun.
Yo, I want to go to sleep, dude.